Okay. It's the Hot Ashes Podcast. Welcome back. I'm Lee.
I'm sweating already. I'm TK.
Yes. Knees weak, palms are sweaty.
It's moist out here.
It is. So we're doing another episode here from George's Cigar Shop in Swansboro, North Carolina, and it is a hot one today. It's not that bad. We were thinking about doing it inside, but it's not bad enough that we can't do it out here. Had to make sure that red light was on still. How you been, TK?
Dude, just been working my butt off.
Yeah, I know it. You stay busy.
Yeah, been busy at work, and other than that, just chilling.
Chilling like a mother effing villain. What am I drinking? What am I smoking? I'm smoking a George's box pressed torpedo. I know.
Shocker.
I know. It's shocking. So I meant to grab a different cigar before we started the episode, and then I went on living my life. So, yeah, I'm drinking a pernicious, and it's almost empty. So I brought a delicious pernicious to back it up. TK.
I am smoking a George's Big Boy. Is that the Robusto? I never remember the name of this
Robusto.
one. Yeah, and drinking some H2O.
High quality H2O.
Yeah, on a Tuesday.
Oh, you got to call it a Tuesday. You see I'm drinking. It's okay. Ed.
Hey there, how you doing? I am smoking a Fat Bottom Betty. And
Yeah. Oh, you say shocker to me,
Shocker,
though.
right,
Yeah,
yes.
you're right.
But I am drinking
Oh,
a little
nice.
10 milligrams of fun.
You good? Okay.
It was sitting in the middle of the table.
Oh, sorry. Good.
Cream soda. Definitely different.
Is it cream soda? Oh, it is cream soda.
It's interesting.
Yeah. You're not going to be asleep by the end of the
I
episode.
might be. I don't know. It's a lot of fun in a can.
Yeah.
You're going to be seeing sounds and hearing colors.
Yeah, there you go. And microphone 4, we got Cody.
Howdy.
What's that on your arm, Cody?
Just part of physical therapy, if you will.
It's an accessory.
Yeah, that's right. Now it
Now,
is.
you've been on since you've injured yourself, right?
Yeah, I explained it last time I was
Right,
on.
okay. I just wanted to make sure so we don't
So, as usual, I'm
give
not
you
smoking.
more crap.
But I am drinking. I switched up Coors Banquet, as they call it, on Yellowstone, the yellow jacket.
Oh, of course you switched up to that because of Yellowstone.
Ed, he pointed that out. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
They're the same.
it out.
Yeah.
You're matching.
So that's a DMAX store. That's who's helped me out through a lot of my truck build.
Well,
They took your money graciously. They were
Yeah.
happy
Oh, big
to
time.
help you
And
out.
that's helped me out quite a bit too.
but speaking of that, you're just about done with the truck.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to pull chocks here
You
soon.
are, because your ECM's coming in. It's
That's
a new
right.
one. It got flashed. It's tuned. It's ready.
It's ready to go.
See, I pretend I know what all that means. I don't know any of it. You've
But
just
you
told
got it right.
He just
You
told
got
me
it
all
right.
that stuff.
He's
The last
definitely
of the
got
parts
some
are
blood,
coming.
sweat, and tears in this truck rebuild, doesn't he?
I do.
Cost
What
him
kind
an
of truck
arm
is it?
and a
I
leg.
do.
He did, but
Yep.
man, I'll tell you. Oh, kind of truck. 03.
It's 03 Duramax.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chevy.
Nice.
Yeah, but he blew a head gasket or something.
So that
Or-
means it's a diesel, right? It's a diesel.
It is a diesel. That's right.
yeah,
Yep.
he had to change all the fuel injectors and the cups.
That's right. The cups.
Yeah, the cups.
Did you blow it up trying to tune it, or it just wear
No,
and
the
tear?
thing's got
Wear and
247,000
tear.
miles on it.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
So just wear and tear. His dad's got handed down to me when he passed away. And then, of course, I've done smart mods to it, not like idiot stuff. And I'm just trying to make it solid.
What is
This-
idiot stuff?
Like going out racing and sled pulling and just doing like
Oh, I gotcha.
stupid shit,
Yeah,
you
like
know?
little kid stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I don't do any of that crap. I mean, from time to time, you pull up to the light, you go, hey,
From
motherfucker.
time to
You don't roll coal?
I can't. I have to. My son was actually asking the other day. He's like, "Oh, I can't wait to roll call." I was like, "No, this isn't a stupid truck."
We're not
Which,
doing
by
that.
It's
the
clean.
way, Chance did do a great deal of the work, right?
He's done the majority of it. Yeah.
So good on him.
Yep. And then my
Good
neighbor,
father and son bonding,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean,
You
it was
gotta
my
let him
dad's
drive it.
truck.
Yeah.
On Father's Day, we were doing it. I broke my stuff, and he took care of me through the healing process. So,
Was
yeah,
that Father's Day that you broke your arm?
It was, yeah.
No.
Swear to God.
Because we were up here and I'm like, what are you doing? And you're like, I just hurt my arm real bad. I think we're going to go to the ER. I'm like,
That's
no,
right.
come have beers with us instead.
Yeah, no.
Turns out you
Not
ripped your
happening.
bicep off your arm.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
she going.
She go. But
So-
that's okay because you're going to have a big old loud diesel truck here soon, like the one we had on the last episode that was out there. Chris, you remember. The guy just had his truck running and he went and ran errands or something.
While they were waiting for their to-go order to be cooked.
yeah. They had to go out and catch the fish and all that kind of stuff.
So,
Well, that's awesome, dude. So that'll be done very soon.
Very
you got
soon.
enough slack on this?
I do.
Okay.
yeah, we've only got maybe 2 hours worth of work. Just to get the computers in,
Yeah.
mount them, put all the cowlings around them, and then a couple pipes, couple batteries. Got to hook up the batteries, and we're ready to go.
Nice.
By the way, check out this beard.
It's respectable.
He hasn't had a beard in 27 years.
Does it feel
Well, even
weird?
longer. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't had a beer my whole life.
It's got
Yeah,
a
we
lot
gotta
of
like-
Beard, not beer.
it's got a lot of white in it. I'm impressed.
I'd like to see yours.
When
mean,
I was making the joke that when I got my retiree ID, because I only did 20 years only, but when I got mine, it's a black beard, like black. And he did 7 more years. So it's like, of course, you're older and you're going to be grayer when you
Right.
grow your beard out, you know? But by the time mine started turning gray, it would do it in lines and streaks, the way I like it, you know?
Do you go
His
to like
comes in, it's
itch your face and you're like, oh shit, I have a beard.
I forgot this
I
is
do, yeah.
here.
But I mean, you see him doing it all the time. But like, you find yourself like playing
Oh,
with the
yeah.
mustache and
Yeah,
just kind of.
that's why I
whatever,
can't
you know?
grow it long because if it gets once it gets to a certain length, I'll like.
I do
especially,
that
like,
too.
under
I sit here and do that all
I'll,
the time.
Like physically pull it out,
Yeah, I
and
won't
then
do
it'll be
that.
like an actual like patch there because I'm just like
So I've
That's
realized
weird, dude.
like how it
comes
comes
out
over
easy.
the,
It's not like it's painful. It's just.
I feel a little left out over here. I'm like clean
Do you
shaven.
shave every
Yeah,
day?
where's your beard? You had one going.
We got a big wedding coming up, so
Oh.
I'm playing the part.
You shave every day.
No,
Like
every
every
couple
other
of
day?
days.
I
Yeah.
gotcha.
Shaving every day is for the birds.
Or the Marines.
Yeah,
That's right. They can have it.
I get
used to shave every
sensitive
day.
skin.
I like
I
how
enjoyed it. It's like a little ritual, man. Get up and shave. Now it's a different ritual because you still shave here.
yeah, a little bit.
Ooh, it's been a couple days. Gross. So
I
you
like how it
still
goes
shave
over the
here.
lip, like there on the at
Yeah,
the
yeah.
top.
So
I
then you
actually
brush
like
it down
how
and
that
then-
feels.
Ooh,
It's-
you
it's
do?
like- yeah, right over the top. Yeah, I like it.
I don't want it on my lips.
I gotta like get the razor like.
Yeah,
So it's
clean
not
it up a little
hanging in
bit.
my
So
mouth.
then I'll brush it to the sides because it's so long. You know.
Mine won't do that. It'll just like spike outward.
Oh.
They get those weird ones.
it
Yeah,
goes
I
like
get
this.
the weird,
It's like
and then it makes your nose itch or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
too hot this time of year to have a beard.
Dude,
I don't know, I don't
trust
mind
me when I say you are correct. I have felt my face sweating just from just being out in this weather.
And the
it's like,
smell is-
whatever. No, I wash it. I keep oils in it. You know, my shit smells good.
I was telling him I just
wanna
got some
smell?
beard balm.
Beard balm.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good stuff. I'm not a fan of the smell though. The smell, it's just. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's not.
That's why I haven't
yeah.
used it a lot because I can't
there.
find one that I like the
As
smell
long as
of.
it's not patchouli
Yeah.
smelling.
I
yeah.
don't like the oil that I have,
Nah.
Yep.
but it's just the shit that I happen to have laying around because the last time I had a long beard.
Well,
so I
the
was
shit, the stuff Rusty gave me,
yeah,
that's just like the smell is so overpowering. I mean,
yeah.
you're
I like
getting it everywhere, you know?
sandalwood.
It's
like
fuck, man.
sandalwood. That's a good smell. Have you ever had
But I
sandalwood?
mean, like 3 hours later, it's like, damn, I'm still smelling like straight.
Yeah,
like I
yeah.
just put it on.
Right.
Like I would want something
Well,
almost
it's right
like
next to your
unscented,
nose.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
Or either that, or it's just like some super earthy, crunchy smell, and it's
Yeah.
like, dude, I'd rather have like Adidas Moves smell than like
Some Axe.
straight
take some shoe
leaves.
spray and
like,
Give me some Old Spice.
like, hey, what is
Yeah.
that scent of that beard balm? They're like dirt. Like
yeah.
it's dirt.
So it's like
mixed with
old
leaves.
crotchety man. That's what it is. Old crotchety man. Like what-
Leather.
These are weird flavors that you guys have for your scents. Yeah, I like a beard, but you're right, man. Wintertime is the time to do it.
I don't know. I don't think it's that bad right now. I
It's-
don't notice a difference
Oh, you don't?
in my face. Wow. I mean, like getting
Well,
out
you
of the
trimmed
shower
yours though a little bit.
a little bit, but not. I mean, I haven't trimmed this.
Yeah.
But like getting out of the shower, you know, it's still dripping. You're like, fuck, dry off.
Yeah.
Still dripping. But
Yeah.
other than that, like yesterday, I was out
get
mowing
used
the
to
yard
it.
and doing my thing, and like everything was drenched.
Sure.
And yeah, I was dripping obviously from this a little bit. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
And it's a
then-
flavor saver. You know, you drop food and stuff in
Oh.
it. And it's like, oh, I didn't drop it on myself.
Gotcha. I haven't experienced that yet.
He goes,
No, when I,
don't
eat,
know.
it goes in the mouth. I don't have.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
At the
professional
same
eater.
time, though, I have not had a beard, at least on some level, even if it was just like stubble for so
And that's
long.
what
That
I-
I don't remember what having a clean shaven face feels like.
nah, I only do because I did it for his
Yeah.
retirement. Other than that, I keep it on like a one. You know,
Yeah.
you know, I keep it
Sometimes
real,
I'll do
real
like
short.
no guard, but that's not like fully clean shaven. That's still
No,
like,
yeah. Stubble.
yeah.
So since May 15th, that's the last time I actually shaved clean.
Right.
I've gotten.
Me too.
Was that
I've
that
gotten
morning?
one or two haircuts. Yeah, it was
Me
that morning.
too.
And well, I trimmed this
I know
the
you did.
sides a little bit, but this I did not because
That's after I won our
like his
beard competition.
like that.
by
You
the
know,
way.
I want something like
You might have
there.
to shave it next month, right?
Oh
September.
yeah.
September.
Jeez.
We'll see about that.
What's
But
going on with that?
He might be
so I'm getting extended 2 months
Really?
in the Marine Corps.
because I'm not.
Like he already did his
Qualified.
ceremony. He's already he's on leave, PTAD, all that kind of stuff. But he hurt himself, and now they can't. You got to be 100%. I'll have to let you tell.
I'm not medically fit to retire. So I'm on what's called limited duty, and so you have to be 100% fit to retire.
Would you have to do the whole ceremony again?
No, none
This
of
is
that,
just
none of
like
that.
like
Like
He doesn't
paper
even-
for
he-
admin wise.
He doesn't even
basically?
need to go in.
Right,
he should
right,
be
right.
put on convalescent leave and do his time on convalescent leave. That's what should happen. But
Right.
we'll see what the super smart Marine Corps does.
we'll see.
Love you, Marine Corps.
So if we see him and he's freshly shaven, we know he's been back.
That better not happen.
No, that'd be stupid.
So
I mean,
could you,
come on now.
you really couldn't go on base right now like
Yes,
that.
you
huh?
No,
can.
I have.
Yes,
I went to work
because he's
today.
retired. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
When you do your ceremony in the Marine Corps, that's traditionally that's the day you're
It's, like,
done.
understood,
yeah,
like,
you're
right,
out of the
right.
Marine
Right.
Corps. That's,
Right.
that's why I had a beard when I went and got my retirement ID a few months after my. Because what you do is you go on leave. Basically, you just save up a bunch of leave and PTAD, which is you can say what PTAD is.
Yes.
You don't know what PTAD is?
I don't remember, dude. I like rapidly dumped shit. Permissive temporary
He's
assignment
done.
of duty. There we go.
That was okay. I was like, there ain't no freaking way you don't know it. Yeah, permissive.
Too many
temporary
acronyms,
assignment.
right?
Yeah.
Well, we
That
do.
I don't care about
Well, you
anymore.
do that
So-
to me all the time, though.
I
You
do.
throw out stuff that I haven't heard since 2014
Because I stayed for
I've
7
been.
more years, so I was
No,
constantly
but you
in
also
it.
do like aircraft stuff, and I have
Yeah.
been off the aircraft since 2014.
Yeah.
You know,
But like yesterday, he asked me, we're sitting right here at the table. He's like, do you miss it? I'm like, fuck no. And when I went in today, I went to my office and I saw, our big personnel board and all the this and that. And I was like,
Did you go back to your
yeah,
desk?
I almost sat in it, but we also have a couch in there. I was like, that is not my seat anymore. So I'm going to sit over here on the couch.
Heard that. I'm
So-
just a patron here now.
That's it. Yep.
no, but so with us, like we have like that mafia, the 8999. So the guy that took over for me, like if I went back to watch him, I would be sitting in his seat with my feet kicked up, with a beard, all that shit. He'd come in and be like, "Get the fuck out of here!"
No.
Man. But that would be just for joking,
Right.
camaraderie type shit. you
No,
know?
I'm done. I did my part. I walked away, and that's it. I'm there as a guest, and that's how I acted today. However, with the chief warrant officer and what have you, I was like, oh, yep, yep. There was no yes, sir. That ship has sailed.
I mean, but they know that as well, right? They're like not looking
They
for
do.
you to say that shit back to them or whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still a respectful thing,
Yeah, I say sir to some of the sergeants that are here.
Right,
Like,
right.
can you give me that? Yes, sir. Like,
I mean, it's not like I made
yeah,
a
I know
point.
what you mean. I know
That's
what you
not
mean.
the
I know what
same
you mean.
way.
I know what you mean. But
It's
like
a respect thing.
we
Right.
respect even the people that come here. Like no matter at the table, you can sit at the table. It don't matter if you're a 3-star general or a PFC.
PFC.
This table, we're all the same.
Well, matter of fact, the 2 kids that were here a couple weeks ago, the one that was on the silent drill team,
Yeah,
he was a freaking lance corporal.
Yeah.
And even then, I was, hey, what are you gentlemen up to? I think that's
yeah. Like
bigger
we're
than,
not.
hey,
You
what's
don't.
up, guys?
And we're not. And we're also not saying you can call him Master Guns and you can
Right,
call me
no.
First Sergeant.
Yeah.
No,
There's no rank at
I'm
this
Lee.
table,
That's
right?
Cody. You know what I mean? Right.
right.
I mean, are there people out there that are still trying to jock that?
There are a
Yeah.
lot of retirees that's their identity, man.
More
And that's-
retired wives. Full of-
Well, the wives too. The wives
Yeah,
will
wives.
wear their husband's rank, or we just made Gunny. No, we didn't.
No.
One of you did. Whoever's active duty in the Marine Corps did. But no, they do that, man. And I've had friends whose wives have been like, "Do you know who I am? Do you know who my husband is?" It's
No.
like,
Don't give a shit.
that doesn't
No.
matter. You're breaking the rules of for everybody. These
That's
are
right.
everybody's rules.
Yep.
And no, I didn't make up the rule. They didn't even call me. They didn't consult me when they made the rule. They
Right.
just, my job is to enforce it. But yeah, no, there are people that retire and they can't let go. Sometimes it's because of something like a TBI or something like that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
they're just kind of stuck in that. But
And that-
sometimes it's just an arrogance that it's like, dude, okay, you're a colonel or a sergeant major. It doesn't matter. Like,
That's right.
okay, cool.
Like
that's
Vines.
cool.
Sergeant Major Vines. I could not. I know you know the name. Sergeant Major Vines.
Sounds familiar.
He
I mean,
was
you're
that-
putting his business out on Front Street. So.
He was that guy, man. He was
Oh,
that
really?
guy. He was known for being just like that was his mission, is to go out and just find anybody and just correct the entire Marine Corps for being wrong. I mean, good on him for it, but he was not professional about it.
There's
Is what
an
I've been told.
overboard to that.
I've never met him, but once he retired, I heard he kept that personality for quite a while.
Yeah. And it's I knew somebody when I retired, when I was getting ready to retire. He said, yeah, I'm sorry, Major so-and-so, and clearly been retired. I'm like, what's your first name? Oh, mine's Lee.
Right.
I don't care what you were in the Marine Corps. We got a 2-star general in our neighborhood. Cool, man. That's awesome. But what's your name, George or Frank, or like it's not.
Yeah, my neighbor's a 2-star general. He's
and he's cool as shit.
He's very cool.
But he's not like that.
Not at all.
You would
never
that
know,
about
and he
him.
doesn't like people to know because he just wants to be down to earth
Even when
guy.
I met, he was always down to earth.
Yep.
Yeah,
he's the nicest.
awesome. Absolutely.
Guy you could ever meet.
100% agree.
Well,
and the 3-star that comes here is the nicest. That was very big in the Marine
I'd like
Corps.
to get him on the podcast just because he's got so much rounded knowledge,
Bring him on.
outside of just, being in the military.
Yeah,
so he ran
bring
the
him
dental
on.
program up at ECU. And
his daughter's in it now.
yeah, and it's kind of cool because there's 3 generations. They were all 2-stars.
yeah,
Grandfather,
that's
dad, and now his daughter's a captain in the Army doing following the same footsteps.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 4 generations.
Yeah.
Impressive.
So their bank account's
It
impressive.
really is pretty cool.
Yeah.
No, he's awesome, man. He's a really, really nice guy. But you're right. There's that type, and then there's the other type. Like, we have a guy here who's a retired lieutenant colonel. You would never know it. Except, like, when we're talking military stories and stuff like that. Yeah, of course we're going to talk about what we did in the Marine Corps. But these guys are just like, hey, where'd you serve? How long were you there? I've been there, too. It's like, come on, dude. Like, we're all just having fun, aren't we?
Yep.
Right.
But,
Did you hear about that sergeant major with, like, I think he had 14 counts, something.
Oh, faking his medals.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Like
Stolen
a car
valor.
being one up, a tremendous amount.
Got
Dude
busted down to sergeant, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sergeant.
Good for him.
I think ADSEP
Good for
thereafter.
him.
Speaking of ADSEP, I've been meaning to tell you, but I just remembered. Before I left this last command.
They almost ADSEP me.
Right. I should have stayed away from her. No. We had a
We don't condone
new Marine
that.
check in, and he had the lower stripes. I'm trying to be anonymous here as much as I can because it's going on.
Lance
But-
Corporal. Sorry.
Anyway, he'd been in for a few years, just got off recruiting
Staff
duty.
sergeant.
And anyway, was not professional whatsoever in the work center in many regards.
Is this the one you told me about?
I did. And so he's not the staff sergeant.
Yeah, I
He
can't
knows
say
now.
that. Yeah.
No, but he's a different one. And
Right.
anyway, he square peg round hole. Just totally came back to the fleet and just did not fit.
I remember this. Yeah.
Dude, several of the counts that he got charged with stuck, 6 to be exact,
Damn.
and was getting charged, denied the NJP, and now it's going even higher.
Court martial.
So I don't know I don't know how this is
for
going.
him.
Yeah, but this dude's like, but they stuck. They were substantiated. I don't know any of that. I don't know what those were. I don't want to know what those were. But it's like, this dude, he's been in for a minute, probably 10 years. I don't remember exactly, but how do you come about this type of attitude, personality?
This wasn't a one-time offense either. I mean, this was a learned behavior.
It had to be. I mean,
Well, maybe he got away with so much crap on recruiting duty.
or before, yeah.
Yeah,
And then
that he
just
never
brought it
got-
right back.
yeah.
It's like, we're going to do this.
Because you get a turd like that, you can't really change their colors. You know what I mean? They're not going to grow right the fuck up because they got to a new unit.
But you figure I guess I want to applaud the Marines that stood up to him, that brought this to light. And
Absolutely.
then the Marines.
Right.
and I was
I'm
just
remembering this story more and more as you're
Yeah.
talking about it.
Just because you add one more stripe doesn't mean it's changing his behavior.
That's right.
It just makes it that much harder, I guess, to discipline him to a degree.
Well,
yeah.
you need to be that much more professional if you've got more
Right.
stripes. You know what I
Right.
mean? And if you're making all staff and COs look bad because you're a piece of shit, then that's where the reputation.
one guy can hold back the whole unit.
Right? Yeah.
But one thing, and
Or girl.
Right.
my master, we were talking about today, he actually said it, that he applauds the Marines for standing up to this injustice and that they did the right thing. And that our leadership, me and the guys I worked with, that we took it for future or further action. And after I left, they continued that action. And you've seen this, you've probably seen it quite a bit. Like you get a character statements or
Right.
a guy's going up for re-enlistment. Oh, he's the best thing since sliced bread. And this.
Yeah.
When in reality, he's just a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And everybody
you know that
inflicts-
I've worked with this Marine and I see what's going on every day.
Right.
I'm not just going to read your little blip.
But a lot of times, people, they're so afraid because a re-enlistment, for example, it's got to go through like 7 or 8 different leadership steps, right? From your NCO to your staff NCO to your OIC to all this other stuff. But a lot of people are just so ingrained in saying, "Oh yeah, he's good, fantastic at his job, fantastic Marine, whole Marine concept." And they won't put the truth on the paper. And in this case, my master sergeant, he put the truth on the paper, and it's like, dude, good
When
for
you
you
say the
for doing
truth,
that.
do you mean like this dude committed these crimes,
Yeah.
or
Like-
it's like this dude's not squared away, more or less?
Moral, yep. And in his own
Right, right.
flavor. I
Yeah,
read it, I
like
was like,
middle of
damn,
the
dude,
road.
good
Yeah,
job.
it's
But once
like-
he came forward to make it easier for the others to actually come
Hey,
back, and,
He's one of the many
Yeah.
on the tree.
Yeah.
One of the many.
he opened the floodgates. Sounds like.
Yeah, but it's a lot of times, and I've seen it. Yeah, I've probably been guilty of it. But when these like re-enlistment packages or whatever come through, you're like, oh yeah, he's a great guy. And deep down in your heart and in the back of your mind, sometimes you're just like, he's really not.
You hate to ruin somebody's career too, you know.
Yeah, but
I
if
mean,
they're
it's-
if
you're
they're
in a-
so against being a good Marine, then what are you trying to make this a career for?
Right,
If it's not
right.
for you, it's not for you. Get the fuck out. If you can't get a haircut and shave, or follow these easy fucking rules, and you got to be told constantly, hey, you can't wear PT gear in the just stupid shit like that. Why would you stay in if you know those are the rules and
you
you,
got
just
to
can't follow
not look at him. You got to look at the other Marines around him that he's affecting with his bad behavior.
And that's exactly what happened. Is that was just bleeding over into the work center.
Right. Yeah.
So
Creates
they
a
weren't-
toxic work environment for
Yeah.
everybody.
Right. They weren't adopting his style by any means, but it was just making such a toxic environment, like what you're saying. And they had enough, and it happened fast. It was a matter of weeks. And it was
Damn.
like boom, 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 thing after thing. But
It all happened here. Nothing was from another unit.
it was all here.
Oh damn.
So he just straight brought it here and was like, boom.
See, now, if I were you, I would have probably reached out to one of his old RIs or something and, seen like, hey, can you tell me anything about this guy? Because
Right.
we're having some problems with him,
Yeah, I mean, I can reach out and.
Well, you don't need to reach out. Somebody else needs to
I'm
reach
not,
out.
no.
Thanks, buddy.
You're retired. That's
I
not
am
your
retired
problem
now.
anymore.
Thanks, sir. Whoop.
Yeah.
Retired.
Um,
Oh, thanks, Chris. Appreciate it,
Keep it
brother.
off the table.
Oh, yeah, because it's going to focus on my bottle. I'll keep it right here. Yeah, dude, that sucks. And just for everybody at home, NCO is non-commissioned officer, staff NCO is staff non-commissioned officer, and OIC is officer in charge. So, like, when we use those acronyms, we don't realize that we're talking to more than just the Marines who know what it is. So I try to get it in there if I can. You know what we ought to start doing is when somebody uses an acronym, because we got to watch it in real time to edit anyway, you just put up on the screen what
You
it
do.
is. You don't have to do that anymore?
No,
How'd you fix this?
I paid for it.
Upgrades.
I subscribed to the smart cam switch thing. That's not free.
Nice.
Yeah, so
I'm
I pay like a
subscribed to
month.
so many things, though.
I don't have the month. I don't have the program in totality, but you can subscribe to certain full version features piece
Yeah.
by piece. So it's
Yeah.
like if I was going to use this but not that, it's like you can break it down.
Right. Yeah, they piecemeal it. All these AI sites, I heard about one today, Explorer AI or something like that, where you can make apps or whatever. Every single thing that you sign up for is going to go on this credit basis. So if you've used enough of it, you've already exceeded your credits, and then it makes it
Right.
to where you have to buy the
Spend
next
more
thing
money.
up. Right.
Well, the cool thing
So I've
is
got-
like this is actually in the software DaVinci.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
in it.
There he is.
Which is, it should be automatic.
I could see why they would make it paywalled or a part
'Cause
of
you
the
want it
full,
so bad.
the full program.
Because you want it so bad after doing
And it's like whoever the devs were that made the software, you don't know how much they had to grind to maybe even make that a possible thing. They're like, we're not going to give you this for free.
No, and that's cool, and I understand that. People got to make money for their product. I get that too. I'm not trying to be a cheap ass.
Well, it's like a movie level. Like,
But I've got Riverside, Descript, Otter AI, Vizard. I'm paying for all these things, and the only thing I use out of all that is Otter AI and Vizard.
Well, you should just cancel the other ones then.
You know what I'm saying?
That's your own fault.
That's going to be for my other podcast, for the one with Gina, Leading Between the Lines, leadership podcast.
How's that going?
Well, we did one practice thing. I got her these headphones. She's got a podcast mic, but we have to do it on the computer. So I've got my nice ass camera, this one, and I have a teleprompter, so I can look right into the camera as I'm talking. She has to set up her phone, which is a great camera, but it's like when you look at you know how you can tell if you're looking at your phone, you're looking at yourself.
Right.
But the camera's over there. And so it's kind of off a little bit. If I'm looking at my teleprompter, I'm looking exactly straight into the lens of the camera. So it works out perfectly. And in my office, I set up my lights. So I've got them permanently set up for like, I got a blue light behind me on the wall and then the 2 white ones just to keep me lit properly. But yeah, it's pretty cool. We just haven't kicked it off yet. This one's kind of, this is our baby. So I want this one to do well. Hey, this is episode 45 though, by the way.
45.
You know what that means? 5 more
2 zigzags.
episodes till we get George himself on this show. The man, the myth, the legend, George is going to be on this show on episode 50. So if there's an episode that you watch the whole thing, you got to watch that one. We might have to edit that one a little bit more. Like we might have to, George is not going to have a filter, I don't think. So we got to be careful. Statute of limitations, Geneva Convention, all that kind of stuff. George is our friend. He's from Lebanon, but he's lived here for about 30 years. He's had this cigar shop.
You can edit that one.
He's had just a cigar shop.
Because I'm going to just do the AI thing, and then it's going to skip over every single thing, and I'm going to be like...
And it's going to be like, we need you for war crimes.
We'll
no, I'm just
go
kidding.
into our YouTube account, and it'll be like, what YouTube account? This is banned.
Yeah. No, George is great, man. Is like the most interesting man in the world. The Dos Equis dude.
Dos Equis guy.
That's who George reminds me
Even
of.
looks the part.
I know, that's
Yeah,
what
it
I mean.
does.
But we'll have him on, and he has got some crazy stories about Lebanon, about starting the cigar business and all that kind of stuff. So we'll get a good bit out of him. But it's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
super
it's gonna
cool.
be. Oh shoot! Don't say that, George.
I'm glad
we'll
it's
talk
not,
to him beforehand, and
Yeah,
we'll brief him.
I'm glad it's not happening this weekend because, well, it would have to be this. I'm glad it's not happening next weekend because next week I get my wisdom teeth out.
Oh boy.
Oh, remember we got to do a show that right when you come home.
Yeah,
you need
let's
to be
do
in
a
the
show right
you
when
need
I
to be
come
in the
home.
car with that,
I'll be like,
Mike.
oh.
Just with your phone, take some video. We got to show that on the show, man. Get Nicole to get you on drugs, so we can get that on the show.
Film him on drugs.
We'll clip it in real quick. It'll be funny. I'll do it. Oh, look! Speak of the devil.
What? Oh,
The guy that's been fixing your truck for you.
Yeah, right.
Chance.
I actually, speaking of the truck, I just got the email. Not that email. From the tuner place. Because I asked him, like with you guys, how much is this sucker going to be making?
Yeah.
I'm not happy with this.
400.
He said, I was able to chat with my tuner, the guy that does tunes. He kept the power down on the tune for the stock transmission.
Even though you told him not to.
Yeah, I told him to spice it up a little. But the truck is tuned for around 125 over stock. Stock is 325. So I
Told
got
you 400
I
something.
got 450.
You were hoping for 6.
6. I am way low. I should have lied to him.
Just
I gotta
get a
freaking-
new transmission, dude.
Okay, give me $8,000.
I'll lend you $8,000.
Okay.
20% interest.
I'll meet you in the middle of 10. By 10, I mean 2.
I'll morally support you.
Yeah.
I'll cheer you on.
I would never charge
That's
my
a
friend
fucking
interest, by the way.
That is a big letdown.
Yeah.
That does suck, dude.
Damn.
I bet my car could beat yours.
No.
Damn.
No.
I drive a 2010 F-150.
I could beat
It's
you in
like-
reverse.
I know
could,
you could. It's not even four-wheel drive.
I was gonna say he could probably pull your axle off of yours
Yeah.
too.
Dude, my bumper plastic is coming off in the back. Yeah, it's an old
But
truck.
how much do you owe on it?
Nothing.
Right,
Zero.
see,
It's
that's-
been paid off for years and years and years and years. That's why I love it.
Same with mine.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I'm just updating. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah, but I commend you for and Chance, obviously, because he did most of the work this time. But for all the work you've done for this truck, that's
yeah.
that's pretty damn cool. And that's why you're going to enjoy it more when it's all, said and done.
You didn't like swap the engine or anything though, did you? Or,
Damn near.
Or pretty much. With everything included, almost.
No, there's still a lot left for that one, but that's like a different project. What I want to do is get a block and just
Go from scratch?
Right, from scratch to just 2,000 horsepower.
Sounds like you should
Yeah.
start with a transmission.
2,000 horsepower.
Well, not this truck. That'll be a different truck.
Okay.
Like I'll
Sounds like
I'll
you
have
should
the-
start with a transmission.
Yeah.
I'll have the engine, whatever, on a stand. I'll build it, and then I'll, in the meantime, try to find like a body or a rolling chassis, something like that I can work on. And that's kind of where my brain is. Go down that path. I've always
Project
wanted to do
life.
that,
Yeah.
And in the middle, I've got to fucking work on a T-bird.
Oh, yeah. So I have a
we're gonna
66
get that going,
T-Bird
yeah.
in my driveway. It's my dad's.
We
And
gotta
if we
bring
could
that
get
thing
that
from-
thing back to life, boy, that would be amazing. I would drive that right here. I'd park right in the driveway. glug, 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 just park right in the driveway.
You can work on getting it drivable again and enjoy it and fix it. While
Yeah, yeah, and then
get it roadworthy.
yeah,
Right.
And it wouldn't take much, obviously, a new battery because it's been sitting forever.
New tires?
New fluids, new
Yeah,
tires.
tires.
Yeah, new tires. I don't know about the carburetor just because it's been sitting forever.
Rebuild. That's all it is. Rebuild kit.
Yeah, and I'm not scared of that anymore. When I did my carburetors,
But it ran when it was parked.
Yeah,
So
yeah. It was the power steering that went out, but I couldn't find if it was the high pressure or the low pressure or the pump. It just would piss out every time you'd even start it up. It would piss out power steering fluid.
Does it turn over?
I did
Oh,
10 years ago.
okay.
It's been sitting.
That's a while.
It's a while, dude. We could bring it back to life though. I think it'd be fun.
So would you have to like redo all like the fuel lines and stuff like
Yeah,
that?
probably. But that'd be fun. I just need somewhere to put it.
I'm not mechanically inclined.
Well, I worked on helicopters. That I know. I don't know cars, but
There's
like,
got to be some sort
he-
of translation.
Well, yeah, because he works on cars. Like he's good at cars. I'm not because I don't know anything about them. But if you tell me what to do, I'll know how to change parts or solder wires or splice wires or whatever the hell I need to do. Chase wires for continuity, things like that.
Right.
So I am mechanically inclined. I just hate it because I don't know cars.
Yeah.
So I'd have to look everything up. Or my motorcycle's got a wiring thing right now, and I can, dude, I'm the guy for wiring. So, but I don't know this. Where do I need to get this wire out of the handlebar at? You know, I don't work on big dogs.
Kind of seems like fixing stuff like that to cars, et cetera, et cetera. It's more case by case basis. Like you learn more the more that you
Yeah,
do.
because I learned how to
Like, you're not
rebuild
gonna
my
just-
carburetor on my old motorcycle. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I can't
all I
fix
did was
shit.
watch YouTube, took pictures and video while I took it apart, so I knew exactly how it went back together once I did the kit.
but it's so satisfying when you do
God,
something
dude.
yourself and
Crank
not
it
having
right
to pay
up.
somebody up.
Oh man, that was cool. Yeah,
What about whenever you're putting something back together and you're almost done, and then there's that one screw? Like, where's that?
extra
at?
tools.
That looks
or extra
important.
parts. I mean, yeah.
You
Well,
got
that's
extra
that's
stuff?
what I asked Cody. He's like, no extra parts, right?
So funny you mentioned that. Well, we had the valley of the engine torn apart. There was an extra nut down there. I was like, oh, that's where that went.
Yeah.
So, found it.
Never too far.
Yeah, so
No,
Chance got to learn what we went through in the Marine Corps when you drop a screw or a fucking anything. It's
Right.
like, nah, motherfucker, find it.
And it's like
Well-
down in there. You're like, whoa.
So yes and no,
The magnet thing.
kinda. So he dropped. There was two bolts that were unaccounted for. He's like, I'm just gonna go to Ace, and I'm in the back of my mind. I'm like, fuck, we've got to find these
You
things, right?
got to, man.
And anyway, he
So
goes.
we're
and
not
finds-
safe for flight unless those parts are counted
Right. So he goes to or wherever, finds these the bolts, and we get him, or he gets them put in, and then I think it was just a couple days ago. He's down under the truck doing something. He's like, "Oh, there's that," and then a couple minutes later, he's like, "Oh, there's that." So he found both the ones that he was looking for. It's like,
Nice.
I said, "Can you take the new ones out and put those back in?"
It sucks too whenever that happens, and you're like, all right, I'm about to look under there. Please be on the ground under there.
Oh
Please be
God,
on the
yeah, but it
ground
never
under
is. It's caught on some freaking
Yeah,
lip
it's not
somewhere.
It
there.
always
You're like,
drops to the most hard freaking place to see or go. Or
I'll tell you what I have bad luck with, and I've done it a million times. Changing my oil.
How do you have bad luck?
Let me
changing
tell you
the oil?
why. Because a windstorm will come as soon as I take out the bolt, and it'll blow oil all over me and the driveway. Even though I've already learned to put a freaking tarp down and all my
Yeah.
oil. Dude, I do everything, and still, no matter what, it's going to be pissing oil on something. Even though I've done it a million times, I know
This oil
exactly
pan
how
I
to do
sat
it.
down was for no reason.
There was no
That's right.
reason at all, and I'm like, well, that just makes perfect sense. It did it again. That's sweet. But I've done my brake pads myself, my because that's easy, you know, brake pads and oil. They're easy as crap. But dude, I have the worst luck with the oil change. Always, always,
the
always.
first
always.
thing they teach you in auto tech in high school is brakes.
It's easy. Oh, brakes are cool. Brakes are kind of fun, you know. They're pretty
and
easy.
unnecessary.
But I've only ever done the pads, not like the whole. No, I've done a rotor. I've changed a rotor. Yeah, and the pads.
So we had a reverse dad roll for a moment.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Where he's like, "Hey, Dad,
Dad, hold
can
the
you
light
my
still.
It's like, okay.
You're like, all right.
You're like,
can you go get me the 5/16, please?
oh, he's doing
Ryan?
that all the time. Like, shit, I dropped I got it. Fuck. Stop dropping shit. But also, he got a taste of Gunny and Master Sergeant Gormley So I'm like, hey, did you do this? Hey, did you do like just
Yeah.
micro manage? So it's like, yes,
All
I
you
got
hear
it.
while you're trying to fix stuff is like a helicopter.
Stop hovering.
Yeah. Well, that's what we used to have to work on while it was turning, and it's like super stressful.
Yep.
But yeah, it's funny when you get to teach it. It's like,
Wow.
go follow it.
That's right. Yeah,
follow it. Down in that nose, with the bubble where if you behind
Oh,
the
the chin
rudders.
bubble? Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And your whole body's in there just trying
Nosedive.
to
Yep.
Yeah.
Your feet are just like.
Did you
remember.
ever go up in the transition section? Did you ever do the go back to look at the flux valve and get
Yes.
yeah.
Yep. A few times. Well,
So
Crazy-
I'm
crazy-
not turns out I'm not claustrophobic, but I can
Oh, I'm
see
not
how that would freak people out.
oh yeah.
Because getting back out is damn near impossible.
So when story about that when Iraq, when 2000 or 9/11 hit and all that shit, and my unit did our first deployment, and they came back on the Mew. I was night crew, and then everybody left, whatever. A little bit later, after the sun went down, whatnot, we're in our routine. A couple of the sergeants and staff sergeants, they came back. We're like, what the fuck are you guys doing here? They're like, hey, come here, grab this, like carts. We need your help.
Of like tools and stuff.
Because you were little.
Nope,
Because you're
just
little
carts.
enough.
Oh.
And I was like, okay. So we go out there. There was some stuff in the transition section that should not be in the United States. So it was like, whoa. Looking back, mind blow. I'll tell you after this.
Yeah, once we're
Yes.
not recording.
Right.
I don't know what the statute of limitations on that is. But the
I think that's pretty
transition
big.
section is the section
That's the tip.
between the fuselage of the aircraft and the tail section,
Where
the
it
empennage.
folds.
Yeah, right where it folds. So you got to get up into a little tiny rectangle panel that you take off. Got to get up in there and shimmy your body down, and it's like you have no room. And then read
Well,
it
what does someone have to do? Grab your feet and pull you out?
if you can
If
get
you
back
can't-
there
yeah,
and
if you
get them
can't get
back
out.
down. Like it's very difficult.
Has anybody ever been stuck in there?
I mean, when they're stuck in there, we just laugh at them and make fun of them. But they're not really stuck. Like we'll get you out eventually.
Well, I mean,
It's
duh.
terrifying. Well, it's not terrifying. Oh, and then also a lot of these kids were scared of heights. So when we would go up on the big T-Rex stand, you know what I'm talking about? The big stand that
Oh,
was
yeah.
giant and would go up to the tail or whatever. If you just move a little bit, the whole thing moves. So they're like, "Oh God, oh what are you doing? What are you doing?" Oh, so I'm just turning something. What do you? So you do it on purpose just because
And
you
they're
can
like-
see how nervous they are.
Yep.
Just a little bit. I wasn't like a dick or anything about it, but
Trying to make somebody like actually fall.
no. First
No,
of
you don't
all,
wanna do
you're
that.
not falling off of it.
Yeah.
You ain't falling off of it. But you do feel like, oh shit. And you grab the rails and everything like that. Yeah, now you're not falling off that. Now I have fallen off a sponson. Everybody has, I think. Never?
Yeah.
Have I? I'm pretty sure I have.
No.
At some point.
No, I've
I
had.
had to have.
No.
Like slipped down in the rain,
What about like
looked
hit-
around to make sure nobody's looking at you.
Off the sponson?
Yeah. When you're getting down anway and you slide off because it's so slick.
No, I've always just slid on my boots.
Because the non-skid's not non-skid
Non-skid,
anymore.
Right. No, I've never like uncontrollably fell. No.
That's hilarious too.
What
when
about
people
like
fall off that?
bumping your head into shit?
Oh my god!
All the time.
We had one guy.
Yep.
And we've told this on the there's
Yep.
an A-frame. It comes down. It holds the single point hook. There's this other beam that comes down to support the A-frame. The beam is like this big. It's like that's the diameter. Long, heavy metal,
It's metal. Like a
giant.
Like a big ass drive shaft.
It came down
what
and
it
hit
looks
a
like.
dude in the top of the head, and it was like boom, knocked him right, not out, like he was knocked down because it hit him at the top of the head. That's the strong part. So like it hurt him, but he was not knocked out.
He was
But
like,
it was like
ah.
I have not laughed that hard in a long time because you could hear it like boom. We made sure he was fine at first.
Sure.
You know, I was turning around. I was like, "What? What happened? What happened?" And he was like, "I was like, was that this? Oh my God! Did that just come down and hit
Yep.
you?" Yes, sir.
I always thought it was funny when people walking towards the back, and then they go down the ramp, and the ramp slick, and just
Yeah.
right
That's
on
funny
their
too.
back, man.
Yeah, that's
So
what I mean.
funny.
We've all fallen at some point.
Yeah.
Seems
Have you
like
ever-
you could get hurt a lot.
Oh, you can.
a
You
lot of different
but
ways.
they-
Fall off the
but,
tail.
but there's all kinds of safety
How
measures.
high up is that?
Very high.
Walking along the tail, what do you think? 15 feet?
Yeah,
15 feet
20
high
feet,
from
yeah.
the deck?
Yeah.
But you're cognizant. You know what's going on.
Oh,
You're
sure,
walking
I
back
mean-
there. You're leaning to the left if you're on the right side. You're leaning to the right if you're on the left side. You're not just stupidly. Sometimes you do because you're cocky and you've been on the aircraft for years. And
Right.
you're like doop 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 doop. But
Or just like that one moment when you're like, you're over there and I'm talking to you and I'm like thinking that I got it like that, but I'm distracted by our conversation. Then it's like,
and then you just walk into something.
Yeah.
Well, and it's like, but we're so safety conscious in the Marine Corps. Like they drive it home big time.
that makes
Everything is
sense.
safety. It's like you think OSHA's a big, I mean,
They're nothing
Yeah.
compared to this.
Yeah,
it's like when you're doing FOD walk in the morning and on the back of the
FOD
bird,
walk is foreign object debris or foreign object
Thank you.
damage walk.
But there's a
Fine.
tail skid sticking down. You have the tail of the bird, basically like that. The tail sticks back like that.
Right.
And right here you got the little tail skid. The thing sticks down. And while we're FOD walking, everybody's
It's low, dude. It's like right here.
Yeah, everybody's looking down. You're supposed to.
that's
be
what I'm
looking for
talking
whatever.
about. Walking,
No, I was
not
like,
looking, and then dude.
But most
Happens
of the time
all
they're
the
wearing
time.
their cranial, and so that's what makes it. If they're not wearing their cranial, that's not really funny. That
No,
sucks,
that-
man.
yeah.
But when they're wearing their cranial, like, poof. Oh yeah, sorry.
Or if
Keep
you're
walking around.
on night crew and you're far out on the flight line and the birds are strapped down,
you
you're
trip over
running,
the,
you're
yeah.
hurry. Yeah, you trip on the tie down. or
Because you
whatever.
can't see them. It's pitch black out there.
Yeah, or on the deck of a ship. Oh, that's scary. But yeah,
Deck of a ship's even darker, and the non-skid
Is really
is
rough
like,
on your body.
oh man,
That'll mess you up.
Yeah, dude. If you fall on that shit, you're gonna feel it.
Yep. It's
oh,
rough.
it's like super like stippled or
It's
whatever.
Super
dude.
abrasive.
It's
Yeah,
like
it's-
it's like
It's
whatever
asphalt times a
skateboard,
billion.
whatever skateboard you've ever had with good this is worse.
It's like 5 grit sandpaper.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's
And
rough.
they PT on it, like they'll run around on it and stuff, and then fall and skin your knee or whatever.
Yep.
It's like, oh man, because you were on the ship, right?
Oh yeah, yep.
I did one. I did
rough.
one ship deployment. How many did you do?
I've done one mew.
Oh, okay,
31st baby mew.
I got you. Mine was only a 5-month deployment. It was down to South America, humanitarian.
Gotcha.
Awesome deployment, but I was only on the ship one time, and I got to experience all that shit. Like we
liked
didn't have the infantry with us, so they say when the grunts are with you, they're like in the gym all the time, taking up all the equipment.
Yeah.
But that's because they have nothing to do on the ship.
Right.
Whereas we have we're working on the helicopters and stuff like that, so I get it. But it's still annoying. But we didn't have anybody when we were on the ship, so we were the ACE, the Air Combat Element. And so we had our 53s, and they had a couple SH-60s and stuff. But other than that, it was the 53s with the ACE. And so we would go do humanitarian, like Haiti. We went to Puerto Rico, Guantanamo Bay, Curacao is where we played on that nude beach. I was in the ship's band.
Nice.
Not nude beach, topless beach. And we got interviewed on the radio over there. It was awesome. But I got to experience like the nighttime where the ship is dark.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you go on a cruise, it's not dark. There's always lights. There's light
Right.
pollution out at the sea. You go on a military cruise and it's all dark, and you look up, you will see more stars than you have ever seen in your life.
You didn't realize there was that many stars up there.
I
right.
mean,
No light
it is
pollution at all.
just. It's the most,
amazing.
and you remember seeing all
It
the
looks
shooting
fake.
stars
Stars? Yeah.
because there's that many that happen. You just
Right.
can't normally see them. That's one of the most amazing views. Other than Norway, that's probably my favorite view I've ever seen while in the Marine Corps.
We were talking about this earlier about getting seasick. I did not get seasick
I didn't
on
get
the mew.
seasick. No.
And a couple of my guys did, but they had the little thing behind their ear.
Yeah.
But I remember we went through some pretty rough seas, but our berthing, we were in the nose, the front starboard side of the ship, and where the skin kind of came up like that. And
Yeah.
that was like behind our lockers. And you could just hear it just
Was it
just
an LPD?
crash.
or-
Yeah,
it
yeah.
sucks.
But you know, I
Oh,
mean,
the
laying in bed, you
LHD.
just it's like thunder at night. That's what it's like. But you
Yeah.
could like feel the thunder because it's hitting the ship. But it just rocking you to sleep. Oh my god! I
We
miss
had
that.
a string with a bolt, and it was the fun meter that was on marker on the thing.
yeah?
Fun meter,
Oh, yeah.
like maximum fun out here. It's like not very fun. And so the thing
The
would go-
lowest setting.
Well, yeah, because when it's rocking, I mean, it's rocking. You're like
It's
putting your hand
rocking,
on the
dude.
walls
And,
everything,
and
yeah.
the fun meter's pegging out. And we're like, dude,
Yeah.
the fun meter. But I didn't get sick. Some people did.
Yeah, but we were doing P90X
Oh, yeah.
on the
Super
in the
throwback.
hangar. Yeah, in the
that
hangar
is.
deck. And that was super cool. Like the ship's rocking, you're trying to do your freaking.
Oh, dude.
That's
Did
crazy.
you ever try lifting like
You're trying to do
just dumbbells
calisthenics?
while you're on the back in the day?
No.
Hey, did you try to do dumbbells yesterday,
No,
bro?
like flat
you-
bench and dumbbells
you
or
catch it-
barbell.
I don't
Because
gym.
when you're on the ship,
Remember,
you're
I
like,
don't gym.
oh,
If you
shit,
catch
dude.
it right, you can hit your max.
Yeah, you can be like, oh, hell yeah, and then rack it because you got it on the upswell of a fucking wave. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. I remember how hard it was to work out on the ship. And I mean, we're not like bodybuilders or anything like
Right.
that, but some of these
But you got
dudes
nothing
are.
else better to do, you know? I
Right.
mean, it's go to the gym and
Yeah,
eat
yeah.
and sleep and go
That's
to the
what
gym.
I love about deployment, man.
I
But
think
I like Afghanistan better. We had our gym right behind our tent.
So you were young when you went on the boat. You were
Oh, wait.
staff sergeant.
Oh, wait, yes, that's our.
So I was gunny. Well, I did a Fleet Week as a staff sergeant, and then I went on the Mew as a gunny.
Oh, you got to do Fleet Week. You lucky.
Yeah, up in San Fran. That was pretty cool. But when I was
I know, dude.
when I was a gunny, that's when I did the 31st out of Japan, and oh my god, that was just such a. It was neat because obviously you have a little bit more entitlements, if you will, but you have a different chow hall, different berthing, different laundry room. Like it's where the senior dudes go, and it's really neat. But
Oh,
at the
because
same time,
you were in the Chiefs mess and the Chiefs
Right.
this and the Chiefs that.
Right.
So in the Navy, a chief is an E7, whereas in the Marine Corps, I know you didn't want to say it, but a gunnery sergeant is an E7. I wasn't a gunnery sergeant yet when I went on the ship, so I got in the E6.
Which is a
but
little
on the
different,
ship
yeah.
they had an E6
that's
berthing,
right. That's right.
and the Chiefs berthing was sardines, just packed in.
Ours was good.
I had a whole row of racks to myself.
Yep.
I had
Oh,
my
so you
books
could,
on
like,
one
put-
rack.
Sleep in a
my
different
clothes.
one each
Yeah,
night?
dude, it was great.
As you were. I did not sleep in the Chiefs berthing. I slept with my guys in our berthing. I think we were in the staff and CO berthing.
Yeah, it was like the East, but ours
Yeah,
was
but it was
specifically E6 berthing.
Yep.
Like they put, not because there's staff sergeants and there's petty officer first classes. So, yeah.
But we would go at usually around 2:00. Me and there's only one other gunny with me, and he was Spanish, and he's like, "Cafecito?" I'm like, "Yes, coffee time." So we go down to the Chiefs mess. We'd have a cup of coffee and a cookie, and then we just pat our pockets with cookies and take them up to the guys, out there on the line working and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
here you go, and so that
well,
was
the
sure
pretty-
they're
Chiefs
like,
mess
hell
is like
yeah.
legendary on the ship.
it is.
It's-
There's
yeah.
imitation crab there.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
But the
good.
dude, there was an E6 one too, and we got cool stuff. Not as good as
us peasants were eating imitation Starkist.
yeah, not as good as the Chiefs mess. But it was cool, man. I was like, damn, you just take these packages or whatever, and like, it's
Yeah.
just stocked by the petty officer first classes.
Yeah, and it was really fun. It really enlightening, super enlightening. Just being around the Chiefs, and you'll hear Ben talk about it. But like the Chiefs, they are such a tight knit group, but they will not.
Yeah, their khakis are tight too.
Yeah,
I'm just
but
kidding.
they
Just
will.
kidding,
If you're an
Chief.
E6, a staff sergeant in the Marine Corps or less, for the most part, the Chiefs will not acknowledge you. One night, we had flights came back late. It was dark and everything, and something was going on with one of the birds. Like we couldn't get it to fold back, and like shit was just going crazy.
Perfect
So I-
timing, late night and shit going wrong.
Right. So I told one of my staff sergeants, I'm like, hey, run down to the hangar deck, find the hangar deck chief, tell him this is what I said, this is what we need, please accommodate. And then a few minutes later, here comes staff sergeant. He's like, hey, the chief wants to see you. I'm like, for what? He's like, I don't know. I was like, did you tell him the message? He's like, yep, I sure did. I'm like, fuck.
Message
So I
to
stop what I'm
Garcia.
doing, and I go down there. I was like, hey, what's up, man? And the staff sergeant's with me. And he's like, the chief says, hey, did you tell him to say this? I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay, I just want to verify. It's like, you're wasting
Damn,
time,
so he was like
man.
literally not going to do it.
Nope.
He didn't believe
until
us.
he heard it from my mouth. Yep. I was like, damn. I thought we
Dang.
had like a good relationship.
Right.
After that, he understood who my points of contact were. So
But in the Marine Corps, the first real, like the big leadership jump is staff sergeant. That's, well, you know what I mean? Like corporal and sergeant, that's the first real leadership jump. But
Yeah.
when you become a staff sergeant, you join the staff non-commissioned officer ranks, where it's E6 and above. So you're supposed to be able to do more of those things, and you're put in more responsible
Right.
situations like that. But in the Navy, they do not distinguish their E6s like we do. So for us, what I'm saying is, as a staff and CO, it's E6 and above. For them, it's basically E7 and above.
true.
So when the fun meter is pegged, is it possible to fall out of your rack?
Easily.
Oh yeah,
There's
buddy.
seatbelts.
100%.
There's seatbelts in your rack.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, to keep you in. At least on my ship there were.
We had the blue curtain.
That's not going to stop anything.
That's right, it does. The ship flies out all the time.
Good day.
We had
Ew, what was that?
we had a cargo door in our berthing area. We had a big berthing area because of it was where they did loading and offloading for supplies and stuff. And when we hit heavy seas, that door leaked like a sieve. And in the berthing area, it'd always have a couple of inches of stinky, smelly puke, piss, water floating around, splashing up and down. The fun meter was not fun.
No, fun.
Even when it was.
Not at all.
Yeah, when the air conditioner would go out, and then you had hot, sweaty, freaking water splashing on you.
Yeah, see, I
Lot
didn't
of
have
fun.
any of that, man. I think I was on an LHD 3.
Because you were in the staff NCO berth, and I was in the,
Well, yeah. Okay.
You were combat.
yeah.
Were you combat cargo?
But also,
Yeah.
this is back
Okay.
but that was back in the 90s, right? The mine's 2008. So times were a little different.
Mine-
Yeah, the
16.
ship I was on had like Vietnam, like service medals and stuff.
Yeah.
No asbestos in that sucker.
Wait a minute. Weren't you on? I was on the Kearsarge.
I was on the Boulder and the Nashville.
I thought somebody else around here was on the Kearsarge.
I did an exercise on the Kearsarge.
Oh, okay. That's the one I did my one boat deployment.
I did the Macon Island, the Kearsarge, and the I can't remember the third one out in Japan.
It was fun. It was a fun deployment.
Yep.
Not my favorite deployment, but at the time it was.
I think my Mew was a very defining moment in my career because I volunteered to be the daddy, the senior enlisted guy. And then I volunteered to be that, and I was already in maintenance control. So I was already controlling all the maintenance that was going on with our 4 helicopters, right?
Right.
And so I went out in that position. And so it was me in total 58 guys.
The det daddy, right?
As a det daddy, yeah. So I had So I had 58 Marines, officers and enlisted included. And that's all the pilot, everybody, all of us. And everybody would have to not necessarily report to me, but we'd get feedback. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And day in, day out, 12s, all the shops, they were kind of running their own routines. You know, they were getting days off or, you know, short days and shit like that. It was me and a staff sergeant that were running maintenance control.
Getting killed.
We didn't get shit. But at the same time, he knew his stuff. I trusted him. I knew my shit. He trusted me. And we made every single flight. We were 100% successful on
Damn.
that ship.
Damn, that's pretty
Not
good.
a single Liberty incident. Nothing.
Nice.
Like we were.
Which,
Yeah.
if that's not normal.
Well, the thing
that's
is, though,
good.
too,
I
but
wish we didn't have any Liberty incidents on our ship.
Oh,
Ooh,
Jesus,
that's
I was
a
going to
common
say.
occurrence.
My mass art
It was-
was almost a Liberty incident.
Yeah, but that was, like I said, it was such a defining moment because it wasn't because of me by any means.
Right.
But it was because I trusted them, they trusted me, and I strongly believe that our communication between me and the officers, and then me and the enlisted, it was all just it flowed
It was
so
A1.
well.
So you never said because I said so.
No. What I
Good
did,
man.
and I am super proud of it, is every Wednesday we'd have a roundtable. That's just what we coined it. But
Yeah.
me and my staff and COs, we would sit here, boom, and we would go over the good, the bad, and the ugly. We'd poke, hey, Ryan, you fucked this up this week.
Ryan, you are ugly.
Right.
I'm good. He's bad. You're ugly.
That's right. And he was, one case, the dude's name is Ryan. And we had this bird that was just having these major issues. And my avionics guys went through
Major
for
issues?
2 weeks. Huh?
Major issues?
Major issues. And could not find out the problem whatsoever. And I was like, Ryan, I need you to go through the hydraulic systems and figure this out. See if you have any component that's bad. He comes back a little bit later. No, we're good. We did like full rigs. I don't know if you remember those, but just all these
yeah.
just massive maintenance evolutions trying to troubleshoot
Yeah,
this
full
bird.
rigs, dude.
And I'm like, Ryan, like I've had Flatline and Avi go out and check every part of this fucking bird. Please go double check. He comes
He was a
back.
CDQAR.
He was. He comes back, nothing. I was like, and we were still in
could
Okie.
this all be done in one day, or is this like a timeline of a
No, I'm
couple
talking
days
several weeks.
Oh, sorry.
of checking
Weeks.
everything?
Yes.
It's just one of
Well,
those
I mean-
problems that you just, it
Trying
sometimes,
to track it
sometimes
down.
it
You're trying to
happens.
track it down.
Right. And so I reached back to, we were still mainland, on the island in Okie, and I reached back to the squadron. I'm like, I hate to do this, but I need another set of eyes on this. I need somebody else to inspect this shit. They came back, sure enough, boom, it was a roll servo. And I was like, Ryan, and that, we were having a round table, I think the next day or whatever it was.
Perry.
We sat down there.
Pitch, altitude, roll, yaw. There's these
Roll.
servos. Yeah, pitch
Yaw
is
is
like
like-
this.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
And so there's a servo for your stick that tells you, but we had the round table and I was like, Ryan, you fucked up this week. You caused us all of this time. You initially went out there on this date ever
And
since.
someone to come out here to
Right.
look at it.
And like, I just straight poked him in the face, but it wasn't just to do that. It was, listen, we're men. We're going to solve this issue like men.
All right.
And
Is he an AVI CDQAR?
He's airframes.
Oh, okay. Well. I'm just kidding.
From then on, I didn't have any more issues. But it's kind of like when you just, well, like this case, you call somebody out for their shit. They're like, oh shit, somebody's actually paying attention and watching. I can't do this shit again.
Right.
And so he straightened up for the rest of the float. But it was really good, man.
Well, like you were saying about the 100% success rate and stuff like that, it seems like the Marine Corps is an establishment where there's no congratulations in order for that because that's
Thankless
what you're
job.
supposed to do.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
good job doing your
We
job, buddy.
expect you
like
to be
you
on
just
your
did
A
your
game
job.
every day.
That's right. But
Not that it's a thankless job.
No,
like,
I'm just
we're
saying
not going to make it seem like
in
that.
that moment at
Right,
that time,
yeah.
it's no one's gonna be like, all right, man, you're the shit. It's just like
Yeah, no. It's like
Carry
okay,
on.
carry on.
Right.
That's
keep
all
doing
right.
that.
What do you want, a fucking cookie for doing your job?
yep.
Empty your pockets. You already have 12 of them.
Yeah, because he was at the Chiefs mess earlier.
But yeah, we'd have our round table, and then from there,
From Meyer.
I've been in the South too long. I would go find my major, and he was the debt OIC officer in charge. Sir, this is what happened. This is the conversation. This is kind of a status
That's basically
report.
the debt mommy.
Right. This is where we are. And he's like, do you have any questions, comments, anything? He's like, no, doing great. Or he would, or whatever. But I remember while we were afloat, the sergeant major of the MU, he wanted to meet with all the staff and COs. So we all met in the auditorium on,
How many
Which
people
is
do you
E6
think?
and above.
Right.
I'm just reiterating.
How many people would you say that is
well, there's probably a
for
couple.
that meeting?
20, 30.
No. Well,
A small
excuse me,
unit.
for all, no, Navy and Marines.
Oh, okay. So
So
like
there was-
50, 60.
Yeah, there's quite a few. And we're in the
Yeah.
auditorium of the ship. And my main takeaway was your OIC is your OIC. Nobody else is. He's your OIC. If you're the senior enlisted, he's your OIC. Kind of like the first sergeant and his
Company commander.
company commander, right?
Yeah,
It's me being as smart as I am. We get done with that. I'm like, my OIC's my OIC. So I went and found him. I was like, sir, we need to talk. He's like, okay, is everything okay? I
There
was
are
like,
many
yeah.
like you, but you are mine.
So we went out onto the catwalk. I said, "Sir, you're my officer, and I'm your gunny. I need you, and you need me." He's like, "The fuck are you
Where are you
talking
going
about?"
with this?
Where are you going here?
Basically,
I'm
I
not
was like,
making
"That's what
out
he
with
just
you,
told me."
Gunny.
But he was like, "I said that's what Sergeant Major just said, so I want to relay that to you." He's like, "Get away. This is weird."
Were you ready to
He's
hug
like,
it out?
wow.
I was. He wasn't.
Oh,
That was a good time though.
oh, officer, my office. Oh, captain, my captain.
captain.
That's what
We're-
you should have done.
They're my captain.
What was he, a major, you said?
He was a major, yeah.
Oh,
Great
major,
dude.
my major.
Ben Bayless. He was a freaking
I've known some cool majors.
awesome guy.
I've known some cool lieutenants, man. Cool captains, colonels, generals. And
Well,
I've
in
met
our
some
community-
real dickhead majors.
Yeah,
Real
captains.
dickhead captains. Real dickhead.
arrogant real quick.
Yeah, big time. But
I
the
think-
ones that are good are the ones who are taught from the get-go. Listen to your staff and COs. And here's the problem with that. You have bad staff and COs out there who are not going to do well by trying to mold that officer into a good officer, that lieutenant, that platoon commander. And you got this piece of shit gunny or staff sergeant or something that's like riding out his time. You know what I mean? Like, so even though staff and COs are supposed to help train the officer's in charge. At the end of the day, that's
Right.
their responsibility to sign off on stuff. I don't NJP people. The commanding officer does.
Right.
I'm just there as his advisor on now. If I advise that you bust him down in rank, something like that, you're probably going to do it. But I don't just willy nilly. I don't willy nilly just advise that kind of shit. But that's the relationship that they teach well in some institutions and some they don't. I imagine, and I don't know, and Chris can talk more on this as a me-sepper, right? Yeah. Don't worry, we'll get you.
He said, huh?
But it seems to me like the academies are more of the ones that are kind of an arrogance about them, like Naval Academy. If you went to the Naval Academy, you walk around like your shit doesn't stink. And it's not always like that.
Quite
His
often.
son went to the Citadel.
Right.
It's not always like that. But it's like when they've gone through this, now they feel like they're like, well, I've done this, I've done that. You
Well,
there, enlisted man, fetch me a goose.
Well, I
stuff
think
like
there's
that.
more to that as well. Speaking
that's
of,
in your book.
From only the air wing side, I cannot speak to the ground side like what Evan is. But when you get a crew served aircraft, if you will, like the 53s, the Hueys, the
V-22s.
V-22s, right, where you have your officers, your pilots, and then you're enlisted in the back. I believe that bridges that gap, that communication, that relationship gets a lot stronger.
I could see
And
where that would be.
The younger dudes, they develop each other. You know what I mean?
They're a team.
Exactly, 100% a team, and
Yeah.
you got a lot of
Hey
trust.
man, we're going into battle together. Like
Yeah.
I need to trust you with my life, just like you trust me with your life
Right.
flying this
I
aircraft.
mean, hell, just
But-
even being in the air in general.
yeah.
If you're
I
on
mean-
that aircraft, you're important.
That's
Right.
a very good. That's a very good relationship.
So like if you two were the pilots and he and I were the air crew, right? He's the crew chief. I'm the AO, left window, and we have CRM, crew resource management. We have that relationship, that talk before, during, after, everything like that. The pre-beef, the
and that's what I meant about the whole safety thing. We're you know,
You're
But
spending a lot of time together in a very close
do.
quarter, so you really,
do, and there's not a lot of enlisted guys that get to spend that time with the officers, and the officers likewise. You know, granted, they may be the officer in charge of a work center, sensuous, and but they get that instant feedback right then and there with those Marines when they're on flight,
Right.
And it's a less professional environment, because I was guilty as a gunning. I was going through my AO syllabus, aerial observer.
Mm-hmm.
And I was yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no, and like, Gunny, knock it off. We're yep, okay. Like, just let's calm down. And so I think having that relationship makes the officers and the enlisted in those communities much stronger. Whereas if you have the jets, they're either one of one or one of two that are flying that sucker.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And both of them are officers, right?
That's right. And so for them, they may have a level of trust for the mechanics that fix their jet,
but they're not working together in that.
But they don't have
That's right.
Not a lot of FaceTime and
That's very little FaceTime. Like,
maybe
immensely.
none.
At times, I'm sure. Yeah. We're during this, sometimes in the rotary wing side, I have seen several officers, they will come out from their job, their day-to-day, and work on the bird with the Marines so they can understand and learn what it is that makes the bird the bird.
That's cool.
Right,
But on the fast movers, they don't, and the Cobras, they're another one that it's two pilots, and it's just them. And I've worked in a skid unit before. The Cobra pilots are so fucking arrogant. Not all of them. I mean, there's some really good ones, but the majority are very arrogant. Like, my shit don't stink, you know. I'm an attack helicopter.
I'm a badass.
Right.
Yeah, right. And it's just, I don't know. And I don't know how it is for the ground side. I would imagine the OICs get a lot of FaceTime with the younger Marines. Evan sounds like he does, especially he's out there. He's doing his teams and everything like that, you know. So that's good on him. I think that makes their exposure to officers better, and it makes his exposure to the enlisted much better. Thank you.
Do they have Rios in the Marine Corps? Or is that Air Force
What
thing?
is that?
The guy that sits in the back. Like in a
You mean
jet.
like a flight navigator? That's Navy. Navy does that, like a flight navigator.
Yeah.
We do it too.
Like Goose.
We have flight navigators, that aren't pilots. Yeah, the Marine Corps does too. I think every branch does. Ooh, I'm gonna need that soon though, because I gotta light another cigar. I know, dude. It's so hard to keep it lit.
Well, see, that's kind of the
Team
job.
keep it lit.
Like with the
Lady.
And by no means full declaration. I did not finish my aerial observer.
Jeez,
syllabus.
you loser.
Well, I got promoted to master sergeant, and I was like, yeah, no. So
All right, man.
give it to those that need it.
Save some for the rest of us, dude.
Right. But so I don't know all about that, but what's Rio?
That's some term that I heard before somewhere about the guy that sits in the back behind the pilot on us. Like the pilot
like a
right
two-seater?
behind you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Flight
'Cause I was gonna
navigator.
say,
Like in a jet.
A flight
Okay.
navigator. They have wings, but they're not pilot wings. They have like navigation wings.
But he can fly just as, I mean, if he has to.
If he has, right. He
Right.
probably has
He's
to
got a
know how
stick
to a
back
little
there,
bit.
right?
But and he probably has to. But he's the navigator. He's the one that working the radios, working the nav, and all that.
It's
kind
like,
of crap.
hey, this dude's coming up on our tail. He's coming around. He's coming around.
Yeah.
That kind of shit.
Gotcha.
I can't see him, Goose. I can't see him.
That, literally
Yeah.
that. Not to reference a
Well,
movie,
yeah.
but it's that.
So the crew chief and the aerial observer, that's kind of our job as well
Yeah.
in the back. You know, I mean, the pilots can only see from 90 degrees
Yeah.
to whatever.
Like forward hemisphere or whatever.
Right.
Semicircle, forward semicircle.
You're looking
Right.
at the rear windows.
Yeah, so
yep,
it's
you're looking
not
at the
the same
ramp,
as
you're looking
having
at the
like a-
windows, you're looking for everything. So
a dude flying in the back, but he would be on the left window calling out everything that he sees on the sides, and the crew chief's on the right window, and sometimes they got a 50 cal right there. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
okay.
yeah,
yep.
it's
So,
badass.
in essence, yeah, they're kind of that, but they're just several sets of
But that
eyes.
is like what you're talking about with the 4 people. That's a gunship, right? Like you can shoot.
No, we would
people
do
in
that all the
shit?
time.
Yeah, I mean, and then there might be somebody with a gunner's belt and the 50 cal on the ramp as well.
Oh damn.
Yeah,
So
so
you,
you got
got
three.
two in the front, or the gal. Is it the gal?
Yes. I don't remember.
You went through it.
Kind of. It
So
was-
I was gonna go through it, but the dunker broke when I was gonna go, and then I was in Hawaii at the
Hilo
time.
dunker?
Yeah, and I did the Hilo dunker in Hawaii, but it wasn't the same as the 50. It wasn't like 53 specific. So they were like, blah blah blah. You can't, we can't do your syllabus because it's broken. They had to fly me out to Miramar, but that was broken out there, some shit. And I was like, but I'm a WSQ, which is the highest.
Right.
You're not a McQuist, but you're like the highest swim qual there is. And it's like, dude, I'm gonna pass this easily, and I passed it easily when we did it here. And they sent the admin chief instead of the avionics chief. Like, I can work on the aircraft, he can do admin paperwork. So if something goes wrong on the aircraft, you want the avionics guy. I was a CDQR.
He can fill out the paperwork real good, but
Right.
that don't help you.
You don't know, you know what I mean? So it was like, that pissed me off. And then I was like, my buddy was trying to get me
Can't
flying
fill
in
out
Afghanistan.
paperwork if you can't get back to
That's
the
right.
surface.
Well, in Afghanistan, my buddy was trying to get me to do it. He's like, man, come on, we could do a feet dry syllabus. I was like, that's insulting, dude. I can swim better than any of you motherfuckers. And I have to do a feet dry syllabus because the dunker was broken, even though I've already done the dunker a million fucking times. I said, no, forget it. And then he died in a helicopter crash.
Oh
Damn.
my God.
Yeah, it was tragic, man. He pinned on Master Sergeant 19 days prior.
Oh.
And that was in Afghanistan. Really good friend of mine.
When I'd be out on my flights, we'd
Yeah.
be on our approach, whatever, and the pilot's always was like, hey, Gunny, what do we have to do afterwards? What's post-flight? What are we doing a DNT? Are we doing this? I'm like, oh yeah, aircraft, whatever. We got this going on. Pull it up over here if you would, or wash rack, or so.
Yeah, because I mean, you
was
were in
useful.
control, so you knew exactly what needed to happen. Yeah, and that's my point. But he was also avionics, so like you want maintainers to be on the aircraft, not
Right.
So one unit, we had our sergeant major was getting his qual,
That happens a lot.
and
that's
he
just for
skipped
chest candy,
over
that's
some
it.
stuff, and he
Yeah.
skipped over, and he just did it and got his wings, never flew again. It's
No.
like
And it happens so much. That's what
we
like,
got kids that want to do it, work on the aircraft, really know this job, and the sergeant major's allowed to do it because he's a sergeant major.
Right. So when I was going through mine, and when I picked up Master Sergeant, that was E8 gate when it happened. So it was literally the next day
I
I, got
remember
promoted.
that. Yeah.
And I found one of the sergeants. That was
What year was
help-
this?
18.
Okay.
And he was helping me through my syllabus. I went and I found him. I was like, hey, I got selected. I'm getting promoted tomorrow. I'll no longer need to go through the syllabus. I said, because I'm going to move. I'm no longer going to use this. I'm going to some other unit. I was like, it's irrelevant to me. I mean, as cool as it is, I was like, just help one of the younger guys or somebody else that can be
Give
of
it to somebody
value.
that's going to need it.
Right.
It would have
And
been
he's-
cool to get. It would have been cool to do.
And that's what the thing.
And
he
then
was like,
especially over there, you're flying on these aircraft that instead of being back waiting for them to come back and wondering what we have to work on,
Right.
at least I'm up there and I see what the caution advisory panel shows me.
Right.
And I see what the maths are going to be when we get back, and it's like, cool, I can get a head start on this.
right.
So I loved having I loved having AOs in the shop.
Yeah.
You know?
But I didn't like the fact that, and even after I told him, like, he argued with me. He's like, Gunny, no, let's get you some chest candy. We'll do this. I was like, that is not why I'm here, man. That is not
Yeah,
why I'm
no,
doing this. I
no,
want to be
I didn't wanna
a
do it for that.
productive member of society.
Exactly.
That's why
Right.
I'm doing this. But now I'm going to be
It's a
completely-
non-selfish thing to do.
And,
Yeah, I
well,
was
and
just
that's
like,
the thing. He wasn't going to use
Right.
it anymore. So
Right.
why would I
But
go
it's-
through this?
You don't see
just
a lot
to-
of that, though. I mean, most people want to get the chest candy. And,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The jump wings, the scuba bubble, the freaking
No,
air
I'm not
crew
gonna lie.
wings, combat air crew wings.
I mean, the shit's hard, like doing
Yeah.
the external lifts and everything. Like his son's under the bird when they're doing the externals, But
Yeah, he's
the
got a
crew
really
chief
cool
for the
job.
AO, they're laying right there on the belly, like talking the pilots into for these lifts.
Yeah, they're on at HST tonight. It'll be interesting if it actually happens with the weather conditions out there.
Right. At nighttime, I mean, I don't know if you've ever dealt with NVGs, but your depth perception is just so far off. God bless those guys that have the talent that
And
can
tonight,
do this.
without a
FLIR, but not
heavy
the
cloud
NVGs.
cover.
Yeah.
Did you ever fuck around with FLIR on the flight line?
No, I never did.
When it's
Yeah.
his night career. So we have this forward-looking infrared, this big R2D2, like upside-down R2D2 on the front of the aircraft. And Avi's always working in the cockpit, where he's turning everything on and shit. And if it's nighttime, the other maintenance Marines can't see you. They don't know what you're doing. So you like look at them with the FLIR, zoom all the way in on them. You can see them picking their nose and shit. Like they can't see you.
Yep.
It's so
But they're
cool.
doing the same thing to you with their FLIR.
Yeah,
so-
of course.
yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
yeah.
I see you.
It's just one of those things you grow up with. It's kind of funny.
Yep.
Yeah, that was fun, dude. Damn. Some aircraft talk up in this piece.
I don't know.
I miss it. I miss that kind of stuff.
I miss being younger in
Well,
the Marine
don't
Corps.
we all?
Just in the Marine Corps, I think if I knew now,
Like
it'd be a
sergeant
completely
level?
different fucking
Like-
yes.
Sergeant was the best, dude.
God, I had so much fun.
And Gunny. Gunny was awesome.
Gunny was
I pinned on Gunny in Afghanistan. So it was cool to get promoted while I was deployed. You know what I mean?
Right.
Come back home as a Gunny instead of left as a staff sergeant. But
yeah. Staff sergeant sucked. That was. I think it sucks for a lot of people, but for me,
it really does, dude. I hated it. 6
Yeah.
years. 6 years as a staff
I was
sergeant.
only 4 years.
I hated every bit of it. And that's 'cause, recruiting and all that kind
Right.
of shit. And they say sergeant and gunny are the best 2 ranks in the Marine Corps, but
I would agree.
I absolutely loved being a first sergeant. It was. I could have done that for more, longer.
I think they have their own.
You know what I mean? Like that was our mentality and all that kind of stuff.
Right. As gunnies, we were. What am I trying to say? They have their own benefits, I guess. Their own funness. So being a master guns or a master.
Right. Yeah.
Tons of fun. I mean,
Yeah.
and I was
They
thinking
got
about
their
that on
own
my way
stuff
home.
going on.
Yeah.
You know what's weird is, like, you see the generals and they have the general's aide and the whole
Yeah.
entourage and everything like that. And you've probably felt it a little bit being a first sergeant, but well, actually, you did when you guys were out in the fleet, and you're like, "Hey, can I do this?" You're a fucking first sergeant. You do whatever you want.
absolutely.
So, as a master sergeant and as a master guns, do it.
Do what you want.
Yeah,
But
you're
you
that guy.
but you
and
came
it's
up like is this
like a
okay?
peasant.
Can I,
Is
this
can I
okay?
this?
Can I
Is
do
all right?
this?
right,
Yeah.
and then now you're not a silver spoon, but maybe a slightly rusted copper spoon.
Yeah,
you know?
you can get away with a little bit more.
Right, but it's
And I didn't do that too. When he's talking
I
about, I was on the back
definitely
of,
think
I
it
was
is.
in a Humvee and we were doing one of the courses. They had a 50 cal mounted on the top, so we'd keep stopping and then he'd jump up top and light up the targets. I'm like, hey, can I get up behind him and video that shit? And they were like, you're the first sergeant. You do whatever you want. And
Right.
I was like, guys, I love that you said that. However, don't just let anybody do whatever they want.
Don't get me in trouble.
Yeah, I was like, don't just. You guys are in charge of this thing right now. Like you're in charge. I'm just here for observing. So don't think that just because I'm first sergeant, you need
Right.
to let me do something that's not. And they're like, no, it's seriously, it's fine. I'm like, all right, cool, fuck it. So went up there and took some video. Got some good slow mo, but I can't find it anywhere.
right. Just growing up, the shit that we went through, it's.
Yeah.
I don't know. I maybe full circle, perhaps. I don't know. I was a punk as a young Marine, but I mean, I was very respectful. I screwed
Yeah.
around. I did this. I did that.
We
I was,
all did.
But
Nobody's
don't know, it
perfect,
was-
man. But
no,
at the end of the day, you're not some freaking steaming turd.
I could have been better.
Like the kids that we deal with.
but I could have been better.
When I say
know that
kids,
for sure.
I know they're not kids, but you know what I mean.
No.
Kids to us.
Yeah.
Do you have any regrets?
Regrets?
Regrets.
Well, you know what? I would do it all over again if I didn't have,
Sure.
the heart condition. I would absolutely do it all over again. Regrets? No. I'm glad I got to be a first sergeant. It would have been cool to be a sergeant major, but I don't know. I would have been more removed from the Marines.
That sucks.
You know what I mean?
That's the biggest thing.
And
that
20 was it for
my
me.
son, that's why he knows as his as his career progresses and he picks up ranks and stuff that
Yeah.
he loves, like, he volunteers for any field op or anything like that because he knows
Yeah.
his time's limited there working
Right.
with his Marines directly as
Yeah.
opposed to being behind a desk. And so
Yeah, the time comes when you're dislocated, and I felt it definitely as a master guns. In my last command,
and you certainly miss that.
I do. I love being around the guys, and like being in mains control. Growing up from basically 2003 to 2020, and being around the younger Marines. That's what you live for. As much as we
That's-
hate, we were
yeah.
talking about it today. I don't miss
All
the
the
phone calls. I
stupid
don't miss
stuff.
Right.
making decisions.
Just
for
missing all the banter and stuff.
But you
like
know
that.
what?
Yes,
You know,
Yeah,
the
it's so
hazing
much
and the-
fun.
Well, you know what though? We bitch about the calls that we get, but 99% of your Marines are good.
You're right.
It's
that's
the
10%.
shitheads that it's the shitheads you're dealing with, but that's not everything, man. It's
Yeah. So the regret.
I liked it.
The reason I
That
asked
part
about
of it.
regrets is when we were together at 302, I was trying to go because I'm trying to remember.
I'm good.
It's for,
I'm not a
I think it's for
doubler.
us. Okay.
I'll hang on to it though.
Yeah, hang on.
I think it was at 302 or 366. I think it was 366 actually, but I wanted to go to the drill field because this is shortly after I screwed up, and I wanted to kind of rebuild myself, So I was like, but I always wanted to be a drill instructor. Like I thought in my mind, I was already a recruiter, so I gotta get the Marine.
Damn,
I
I
had
can't
the
believe
opportunity-
you wanted to go
Right.
drill instructor after
I
doing
got
it.
them to boot camp, so I wanted to fulfill that next step, like to see
Right.
the transformation
Yeah.
of my work. You know what I mean? So I wanted to be a drill instructor so stinking bad, and my sergeant major talked me out of it. He's like, "Well, you're a gunny. If you go down there, you can be."
You're going to
like,
be put
so-
in places because you're a gunny.
Exactly.
Right.
And I was,
You're
and
not
again,
going to
like,
be there in the birthing area. With
One of our peers
well,
did that.
It,
You
no,
remember?
it wasn't that necessarily. It's the fact that like you're spoon fed everything. Like you're given the senior and like your billets. They come
You didn't
much
get to work
faster.
Right.
into
You
it.
didn't have
You
to
got-
work.
That's right.
Right.
That's right. And
One
I
of
didn't
our
want
peers
that.
did that.
I'm not surprised.
Don't
You
say his name.
yeah.
Don't say his name. You
Yeah.
know what I'm talking about?
Uh-huh.
At 302.
Yeah.
We were at Hawaii together, and then he went down there as a gunny. Mm-hmm. It's like,
But I didn't want that. And knowing what I know now, there's gunny teams down there.
Sure.
So there's platoons with nothing but gunny drill instructors. And so I didn't know that. So that's a regret. I really wish I would have gone down to be a drill instructor.
you know this. I volunteered to be a drill instructor in 02 or something like that when I was reenlisting. But it was an 18-month school wait, and I had to get the hell out of that unit. So I said, all right, fine,
Right.
I'll go recruiting. So I went recruiting instead. Ugh. Now, I will say recruiting teaches you skills that are lifetime,
Things you can use in the real
usable
world.
skills, very, very good skills. Communication, public speaking, sales, things like that. Drill instructor, every one of my friends, were just as miserable as we were on our duty.
No.
They were just as miserable. But they're being treated like Lance Corporals in a different way.
That's right.
We're being treated like you better go out and get the next number. I don't give a shit what you did last month. They're being treated like this, like recruits.
Right.
Even though they're supposed to be in, so it's a mind fuck for them and for us. But yeah, all my buddies that, I don't know who had it worse. I really don't.
Yeah.
Because I've known recruiters who were on the brink of suicide, non-aliving themselves. And and then same thing with
Well,
the
they
drill
spend a long
instructors.
time, especially if they have a family. They're spending a lot of time with the Marines and not with their family. When you're on a recruiting duty, you at least get to go home each night.
Most nights.
Yeah,
Most nights,
I remember getting home at 10 p.m.
But at least you
and
were
then-
able to sleep in your own bed at least
Right.
a couple times a week.
Right.
Right.
I feel like the drill
But-
instructors, man, they had what, a week on and then
Yeah, you're
off.
right. You're right. There is that.
Yeah, their
So,
life's
but-
miserable.
When I
Right.
took
I mean, if
over
you're
the
single,
station,
Like
it's-
your job is essentially being in boot camp, right?
well,
Right.
yeah,
And you're around
basically.
dumbass young kids.
Yeah.
Yep.
When I took over my station as the NCOIC of the recruiting substation, I worked every day, 7 days a week, because on Sundays that's the shipping day,
Yep, you gotta
or
take kids
the
to MEPS.
Sunday for
Right.
Monday MEPS or whatever. MEPS is
Kids are
military
out of school,
enlistment
so
processing center.
I can visit them at home or not interrupt them at school.
Station. As soon as I said it, I was waiting for him to stop. I was waiting. But anyway, yeah. I mean, so yeah, they both have really, really terrible. And recruiters, man, they get in trouble because a lot of times they're out there with a lot of leash, a lot of rope to hang
much.
themselves, too much rope.
Way too much.
They're
And I
out
blame
on their
RIs
own,
for
2
that.
hours away from their headquarters,
Yep.
and they're just hitting on moms and dipping into the pool.
Getting fat, but they can
getting
recruit.
fat, but since you can roll numbers,
What are standards?
Right.
They're gone.
your standards
As long
are
as
gone.
you're hitting your quota, we didn't look the
screw
other
that,
way.
dude.
That's
Yeah.
They do. You know how many PFTs I ran, physically ran while I was on recruiting duty?
Probably one.
2.
Yeah, that's
Two.
why, and I'm sorry, career
And that's 4
recruiters,
years?
but that's the dumbest job in the
two?
Marine Corps.
3?
Career recruiter, dumbest job in the Marine Corps.
And at the time, we were supposed to do 2 a
You
year.
got these guys who go
I
out
did
there
2
after 4 or
in 3
5
years.
years of their first enlistment, and then they stay out there the rest of their 20 or 30 years. They're a master guns. Don't have any experience in the Marine Corps except their first 4 years,
But they're
5 years.
selling it.
And they've got 3 ribbons, and it's like, I know everything because I'm a master sergeant or whatever. It's like, dude, you don't know shit about the Marine Corps.
That's
You've been
right.
out here, painting
Yeah,
a
you
picture.
left the daily Marine Corps as
Yeah,
what, maybe
yeah.
a corporal or
Right.
Yeah, and I had friends that stayed out there and did the 8412 thing, which is the military occupational specialty of a career recruiter.
That's right.
But yeah, it's just a terrible. You sell your soul, man.
Yeah, you
you sell
do.
your soul. It's grimy. It's grimy.
So I don't know how much you guys can speak on it without tainting the culture or ruining it for the veil of what boot camp is. But when do the people that are in charge eat? Do they eat at the same time as the recruits?
Oh, no.
Leaders eat last,
Right.
first of all, but
Simon
no,
Sinek.
they don't. Yeah, you're not going to see the drill instructors eating.
Ever,
you
right?
don't see it.
no.
Nope.
Unless you're at the very end at the crucible when you're out and everybody's sharing an MRE, you have an MRE and you're sitting around because now you're about to be a Marine. So they're kind of like nicer, I guess nicer, but they're also teaching you life lessons about the Marine Corps that's outside of just getting yelled at the thing. So they might sit
Yeah, but
there.
it's only a week.
It's 3 days. Or no, it
Yeah.
is a week, isn't it?
From the crew.
No, it's
well,
3 days.
No, when we went, I don't know what it is now, but
I
when
don't
we
know.
went, it was a week. But to answer your question, The drill instructors, no, you would never see them laugh. Well, you
Yeah,
weren't
you don't
supposed
see-
to.
you're not supposed
but
to.
You don't see
Wow.
him actually acting like normal
Like a
people.
human.
That's
No,
right.
you
That's
see
right.
them
Just
yelling,
so-
killing, and wanting
Yep.
to kill and yell.
So they would go. It's called their house. Their room in the squad bay. You would see them disappear into there. They'd grab a protein bar and a couple drinks of a Gatorade or Monster in this case, and they would come out and just freaking light you up. Still just bananas, But every
And I
they
know
were
also
eating on
too at that
snacks.
time nobody's freaking paying attention to what did he eat today?
Well,
like
but
you know,
they're
because your
also-
mind
You
is
watch,
already.
you watch your drill instructor.
Yeah,
You're
you do.
always on the lookout.
And there's
Right.
80, 60 to 80 of you. But the drill instructors do a good job of, they make sure you're drinking water. They make sure you're staying hydrated. Everybody get online. If we, they make sure that there's not like a heat casualty or something because of something stupid
Right.
when you have a full canteen all the time. We're going to drink water now. Now go fill up your canteens, stuff like that. So they got to treat you kind of like a baby because they're herding cats, basically.
Yep.
I think
Yeah.
the Marine Corps does a really good job of keeping drill instructors angry.
Yeah.
They're catching chow when they can. They're
Yeah.
not they're not getting a lot of sleep because
I didn't do anything to help it when I was always a dickhead and making stupid jokes and getting.
But when they're
yelled at.
yelling at you and they're angry, I think
Yeah.
that's real anger.
What sucks about that though is you're online and then there's another line in front of you, so you're facing all the
right.
time. You're facing the other.
And your eyes
groups.
are never off.
So you're
that drill
standing
instructor.
at attention. No, not the drill instructor. Your friends across the room.
Yep.
And now you're trying to make each other laugh and shit.
I was about
Right.
to go
Be
there
the one
next.
to
Is it
laugh.
somebody that's like trying to be like,
Oh
All the
yeah,
time.
absolutely.
All the time.
I was the worst, dude.
like
I
just
was
making a real quick dump?
yeah.
He's like,
When we went to boot camp,
yeah.
when we went to boot camp, we had to. Correct me. When I did, we had to sleep in our green or brown skivvy shirt,
Yeah, same.
and then chonies, white undies, and like we had to have our shirt
I
tucked
can't
into our
remember.
undies.
I can't remember if we had boxers or white undies.
I think
We
it was,
had
we
like-
had a
essentially
choice.
you essentially look silly,
Were you
right?
Paris?
You do.
Were you,
And so-
you were Paris Island or San Diego? San Diego.
Yes.
Queer. What were you?
I was in Paris Island.
Okay. What did you
Gay?
wear?
I think I wore.
Nothing. 'cause they're
Skivvies
gay.
or boxers? I don't remember if it was skivvies
They're
or
all-
boxers.
I think it
They're
was. I think we had.
count
A,
off.
You do the helicopter for your count up.
That's what they do in Paris Island.
no, you were on saltpeter, so that thing didn't do anything.
That's
Yeah.
right.
It
That's-
crawled up inside itself for
that's
3 months.
Yeah, we were on something, dude. Nobody
Yeah,
got
not one hard on for
Yeah,
3 months. Are you
nah,
kidding me? I was
yeah.
18.
Well-
and
right.
just
We're all 18,
raging with testosterone.
and the females did not look good.
They're the
No.
ones that had the heart on.
But
Oh,
after
wait.
a little bit of time, they were like, "Ooh, hey, what's up, girl? She got a mustache." It's like, you haven't seen anything.
I'm willing to look past that.
like she's smuggling a lion in her underwear.
Yeah.
That's right. Is that a Monchichi in there?
Yeah, they were scary. looking,
They
the
smelled?
females.
I would
Damn,
know.
I feel
we
like-
smelled,
Yeah, well,
I feel like the making the people each other laugh shit would just be out of control.
dude. It was.
you
man.
love to watch your buddy
I
get in
got
trouble.
in
Oh, yeah.
trouble
That was
all
like-
the
Yeah.
time. I was always
Until you
making
got
jokes.
pitted because of him.
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah, and I was that dude.
Then you wanted to go.
But I still got meritoriously promoted out of boot camp.
Nice.
I was
We
the
had a
squad
dude.
leader.
He was kind of opposite of me, but he had a hard on one morning. It was early in the cycle,
Right.
And we're counting off, and everybody's shoulder to shoulder, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. And we get around to him, the drill instructor's kind of watching. And they're like, "What the fuck is that?" And they
Oh,
went
because
after
they're
the-
definitely going
they
to
went
comment
after-
on that
Were
shit.
they yelling at his penis?
They were down on their knee, like, "What
That's
the fuck is
funny!"
that?" Just going banana. That sounds horrible.
But the
No
dude
pun
was
intended.
probably just
No
like,
pun
yo.
intended, yeah.
He was as red as
The guy
it
was probably
gets.
like, I hate my life
Yeah.
right
You
now.
do,
There
dude.
was-
And he's
So much-
thinking, he's
so much
thinking the worst
embarrassing
thoughts.
shit
Make that thing go
happens.
away. Dead babies. Dead
Right,
babies.
right, right,
Yeah,
Whatever you
right,
can-
right.
We had a guy that shit his pants a couple times.
You told me, yeah.
Couple of
A
times.
couple times because he was scared to ask to go to the head. Like he thought he was gonna get his head.
I
chewed
mean,
off,
I
you know?
do it once, but come on.
He said, yeah, he lost me at a couple. I
Yeah.
mean, I
Yeah.
can't
Couple
speak on
times.
it, obviously.
I was out at
but-
1.
I was like,
I got-
nah, man, I'm asking to go. I
I
don't
got
give a
shit
shit.
on by a bird.
Oh,
It was-
yeah?
Yeah, you know when
My
you
buddy
leave the
did
chow hall,
too.
when you leave the chow hall, you get anyway, you form up outside,
Yeah.
right? And I'm standing there, I got my spot. I'm like, whatever. All of a sudden, I saw like a flash in front of my eyes. I'm like, what the fuck was that? And then one of my friends comes out. They're like, what happened to your blouse? And I look down and there's bird shit.
Supposed to
I
be
was
good
like,
luck.
Oh, supposedly.
And you
What
probably
happened
got
again?
yelled at because of that
I was
bird
going to
shit.
say, now
So
your
like it was your
uniform's
fault.
messed up.
Right.
Yeah, now you look like nasty in your uniform.
Right. So we go back to the head, or you march back to the squad bay after lunch, and to make the head call to go to the bathroom. And I was like, "Sir, this recruit got shit on." He's like, "No shit." And I was like, "Yeah, it's right there, dude."
Yeah.
Never call attention
So-
to yourself. I
No.
learned that very
Yeah,
quickly.
what are you gonna do? Just
No.
get back in formation and have this bird shit down your chest?
And I did. It
Look
bleached
like
my
you were.
camis.
Did you?
Huh?
It bleached my camis.
Oh, really?
Well, there's got to. It seems like there is a lot of scenarios, maybe 99% of them, where you're not going to be correct no matter
No matter
Dude,
what.
you're
You're just not going to be correct. There is no doing the right thing.
By design, you're gonna mess up a lot. Yeah, it doesn't matter how fast you do something. Like it's not fast enough,
or good enough,
or how well you do it. It's like, nah, that's fucking.
Part of the
make that
problem is
rack again.
the Marine drill instructors don't know how to count from 30 back.
Oh yeah.
Where did 20 through?
What? Yeah, it's like where did all those numbers go?
We had Chow Hall was by alphabetical order, so my last name starts with R, so I'm towards the back.
Yeah.
And then the drill instructor was,
B, baby.
Yeah, they would be. Oh yeah, you had plenty of time.
I had plenty of time to
Double
eat.
rack.
Yeah.
I had plenty of time to eat.
I remember coming back after drilling, after
And I'd
boot
inhale that
camp,
shit
and my mom
and
and dad
just
would
be
be like,
sitting there.
I'm sitting there eating dinner with them, and I'm like,
Yeah, same.
and
I
they're
still
like-
eat like that.
Yeah, they're like,
I
hey.
still eat to this day. I still eat like that. Like I'm done before anybody else. And it's like, bro,
like
settle
someone's going to
down.
steal it from you.
You know what I mean? I just got used to it and never
I had like
changed.
15 seconds to eat once I sat down.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We had a Z in our friggin'
Oh,
platoon.
poor guy.
You know what I mean? It's
Put the
like,
fat
all right,
bodies
we're
back
done.
there.
Yeah.
What is the what's the cuisine?
Oh, I don't even remember.
It's
Grill.
basic cafeteria food.
Right. I mean,
Green
school.
beans,
It
Like
tasted.
school
School lunch.
Let me tell you
essentially.
something though. It tasted really good after the Crucible when you have the Warriors breakfast.
That was a little different. We had waffles.
We had
and,
eggs.
You were able to eat the
sausage
actual
and
donuts
gravy.
they'd set out there?
Yeah, we had sausage
Right.
and great because once
Yep.
you finish the Crucible, you're going to be a Marine. You're getting your Eagle Open Anchor right after that, but it's the Warriors breakfast first. So you come in and you go up and you're like, "Hey, recruit, this, that, and the other thing," and the recruit says, "Congratulations, Marine." They call you a Marine,
And they're serving you by
and they're
calling you that?
Well, they've
Right.
been calling you. You know, we serve each other as recruits, but now you're a Marine, so they're looking up to you like, oh, because
I can't wait.
they're on
That's
team.
week 7, I think.
They're on team week,
Team week.
which is their work in the chow hall.
So does
work
everybody
at the
serve
range.
food at one point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
or something, or something?
Yeah. You do like
Yeah.
lawn
Like
maintenance
I-
or serve
Oh,
chow or
you go to do a job.
yeah.
I got to work in a snack shack.
I went to build targets
Oh.
and almost died, actually. I almost died in boot camp.
Got shot
No, he picks up this giant fucking 2x4. He's way over there. Swings it. It's giant. It's like 9 feet. And it comes and slaps me right in the head. On the other side is a nail sticking out that fucking far.
Damn.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. So I didn't die, but.
Well, clearly.
Obviously.
Or maybe I did.
You're AI. Every episode we have CGI
Yeah.
you in.
That's it, right?
I will not glitch. But no, that was a fun duty, man. You're just like pasting, you're building targets and stuff like that, but you're not around the drill instructors. And
Right.
I mean, you kind of are. There's always drill instructors around, but like, it's the part where you're supposed to be working together to it's different than normal boot camp. You know, you did team week, didn't you?
No, we didn't have team week.
You didn't work like away from normal duties for like a week.
Well, in the chow hall.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah,
team week.
Okay, well, yeah,
Yeah,
I worked
that's
in
team
the snack shack. So I got to open up all the big cans of pudding and all the.
I just now remembered this. There was like 2 staff sergeants or something like that, chow hall turds that worked there. We're sitting there kicking a head of lettuce back and forth in front of us, and we're all like, "What the fuck is going on here?" And our sergeant drill instructor comes up and he like sternly talks to both of these staff sergeants, like, "The fuck are you doing in front of my recruits?" Da, 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 da. But I was like, dude, that's my hero right there, man. He did the most tactful correction in the world, and they were like,
Damn.
"Oh yeah, sorry, we weren't thinking about that," you know. But their staff sergeants like, "Quit being a fat turd, get up, do your fucking job," you know what I mean?
I don't think that you were. This was like a long time ago when I think I told this story, and I don't think that you were sitting at the table. But one time I visited MCRD San Diego because when I was visiting California, my dad was like, "Yo, you have a cat card. You should at least go look at it, go
Yeah.
check it out."
Yep.
And so we're like sitting in the parking lot or whatever, and there's this dude, and it's just the regular. He's not a Marine yet because his pants are outside of his boots or whatever.
yeah.
And he's carrying like his laundry
Receiving.
sack.
Yeah, he's in receiving.
He's carrying his laundry sack, and he's walking by himself, and he's going across the parking lot, obviously to wherever he's headed to stay or sleep or whatever he's rooming or whatever you call it anyway. And there's like these 4 like drill instructors that are like coming from the opposite
Oh, yeah.
direction, and they're about to
Donna.
intersect paths.
Donna.
And you kind of see him look, and it's like there's
He's
no
like,
turning. You
You're-
kind of
you're
see
fine.
his shoulders
Yep.
drop.
and he's not
like-
doing shit wrong. He's
No.
just walking where
He's
he's
just trying to get where he's going, and dude, like,
Here they
so
go.
like he's like going like
I
this,
love it.
right? And the they were kind of going this way, so they weren't really gonna intercept him, but they like diverted course to
Hell
like.
yeah.
I'd
dude,
love
it
to have been
surrounded this
in that
dude.
circle to hear what
Hell
they're
yeah.
saying at the time.
Yeah.
Let's fuck with this guy. You know?
Did they go to town?
Oh my gosh! I was like, this is about to possibly get good, and then I started. Then it got to a point
'Cause
where I
you've
was like,
never seen that
I started
like, up
feeling
close.
bad. I was
Did
like,
they
oh
see
my
you?
god!
Did the drill instructors knew you were
Like
there?
they better not
Well,
come yell
yeah.
at me
I
after
didn't know if
this.
they were.
But there was like,
See ya.
nah,
Parker.
they didn't.
Did you see?
I thought
But
they're putting
rolled
on a
the-
show for
I
you.
rolled the window up. I was like, I don't want to be seen. Even I kind of just like sat back in the seat, and I was like, holy shit!
So you were there, like where the big parade deck and the parking
Yeah.
lot. Sorry,
Yeah.
and all that. So at the far end, where there's the big flag.
I faintly remember.
There is. Anyway, I remember every
Trust
Sunday.
me.
Because there was people out there at the same time, like on the other side, like practicing
everything.
marching and
Yep.
stuff.
So it's
Yeah,
parade
that's
deck.
the parade deck.
And every Sunday they flew the Garrison flag, which is 40 by 20. And this thing, that's
look
that's
at
what I
you.
remember. It's like, that's some of my fondest memories of MCRD San Diego. It's just like, we'd be out there on Sunday, just kind of like practice drilling. Sundays are chill days.
Yeah.
But just watching that flag, it's like, that is why I'm here. And just watching this majestic flag just do its thing in Southern California. It's like, man,
Did you cry when you got your globe and anchor?
yes.
Yeah, no duh.
I didn't have the Crucible.
Yeah, you didn't have the Crucible.
No. We
Yeah.
had the family
certainly
night. Did
did.
you have family night?
We had family night.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
family
parents-
day the day before where you can walk them around the base.
Yeah.
Is that like towards the end?
It's the
Yeah,
day
it's
before
like
you.
at the end.
It's the day before graduation.
We
You
went to
walk
a
'em around,
restaurant
show
so
'em
I
the
could get
museum.
some actual
Yeah,
normal
stuff
food.
like that.
Yeah.
And
Do
then
you
you're
get to
like-
show them like where you slept and stuff?
Yep.
Yeah, they'll come to your squad bay and you show them this is my rack, there's my foot locker. I got to pack this up and get ready to go. You know, it's kind of cool. And then the drill instructors, man, they're cool at that point because you've made it, you've gotten your globe and anchor, so they still treat you like a PFC or a private or whatever you are, but you call them sergeant now. You're not allowed to, or whatever the rank they are.
And they
You-
were
you-
really
you
cool
don't
around
say
my
sir.
folks.
Yeah,
you know,
and
and
they were like,
they were like almost normal.
yeah,
you
right.
know?
And you're like, oh my god, this guy used to kill me.
Right.
I don't have the delivery, but we're gonna scram so we can be there when it gets there. So
Okay.
Heard that.
Okay,
I will see you guys.
we'll get
later.
Chris on mic 4.
Okay. I bid you adieu.
If Chris is okay with it, of course.
Later.
It's up to Chris, of
Later.
course.
Good seeing you, man.
having a Ron Burgundy moment. Are you listening to Ron? No.
Nope. Well, it concerns all of us, so I wish you would. Hey, can you turn that fan off? I forgot that was turned on right behind you. Yeah, I forgot that was on. It's for the noise. Yeah, boot camp was fun, man. Like, there's crappy parts about it, but like, dude, I would easily do
Once
it
you
again.
get into a rhythm,
Yeah,
it
man.
becomes
See you guys.
like a
Later, y'all.
Whose key is this?
Hey.
That's mine.
Oh, never mind. Anyway, yeah, once you get into a rhythm, it's like I remember getting ready to go into the Marine Corps, and I had long hair. Well, by then I cut it, I think. But I was in a band. I was like not doing anything besides being in a band, right? So then we broke up because it was like senior year.
I'm
We
leaving.
we graduated, and everybody's going off to college except me. So I was like, all right, I guess I'll join the military. So I talked to the Navy, the Army. I was like, man, if I'm going to join the military.
Were they all still in the same building at that time? Like, did they have this recruiting stations kind of how they are
Mine,
now?
I don't remember because I recruited for so long, so I don't remember my first recruiting. I kind of remember it, but I think it was just the Marine Corps office. But anyway, it was, I wasn't ever joining the military. That was never, because I thought you just march around in freaking uniform all day long. That's being in the military. I didn't have any family in the military. So I was like, well, screw it. I'll get a skill out of it. And I got a good enough score to where I became an avionics technician. So I was like, cool, I'll learn how to be an avionics technician. That'll get me more money. It's a 5-year enlistment. And I was like, I can do 5 years. I'll do 5 years. I'll get out. Da-da-da-da. And once I was in, even boot camp's when I decided, I was like, this is for me. I like this. Like even the joking around and shit, getting in trouble for it is like, dude, this is cool. You know? It was miserable a lot of times. You're marching in the freaking rain and the cold and the
I
sleeping
can only
outside
imagine,
and all this
yeah.
crap. But you're a kid, man. You're 18 years old. Like nothing
You
can
can
break
handle
you.
it.
Yeah, nothing is gonna break you. You know, and I don't give a shit how mean they are. Like you're not breaking me, dude. Like that kid might break. I'm not breaking. And we even after that, it's not like once boot camp is over, it's not like you're just free and like, oh, I'm a Marine. I
Yeah,
get to do whatever I
another
want.
school.
Yeah, now you got either SOI, School of Infantry, or MCT, Marine Combat Training. SOI is for those who are in the infantry, and that's longer, rightfully so, because
Right.
they're learning their actual job. Whereas every other Marine goes to Marine Combat Training and then to their school. So, but man, I loved it, man. MCT, school, it was good. But I was down in Pensacola for a long time. It's a very long school.
Yeah, those aviation pipelines are long.
Well, I was eye level when I first started, and then when there were like two people who got to choose at the time if we wanted to go to O level. I level means that you work in those air conditioned vans on you're soldering. O level means you're working on the helicopters and the aircraft. I wanted O level. I didn't know the difference, except I don't want to be in some van working on some green circuit board. I want to be on the bird. So I got to switch my thing. Kept me there like a month longer, but me and the other dude both went back. We went O level, and it was like, hell yeah. And my buddy who went I level hated it.
Is it like college where you can like switch your major? Or
no, if you score high in like it's like one of those like the top two are allowed to pick, you know. And I got meritorious Lance Corporal right around then too, so it was pretty cool because I was like
the only
only Lance Corporals there. And so PFC is just one little chevron, and the Lance Corporal has cross rifles in it. Well, we would hang our blouses, our Marine Corps top, up on the back hook while we're in class, just, you know, drinking our water, whatever, and you take breaks. You go put your blouse back on, and I would always pretend, like, oh, God, it's so heavy. Man, it's these freaking cross rifles. Sorry, guys. You know, like just shooting, joking. But
they're like, you've been saying that shit for 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's not like, funny anymore. It's not funny anymore.
First time was funny.
Shit's getting old.
Yeah, I didn't grow out of my class clown in high school self. So I did it in boot camp. I did it in MCT. I did it in school. I still did it as a freaking first sergeant. I was always joking when I shouldn't be and like just making inappropriate jokes. Chris, tell me there's something that you were listening to about what we talked about earlier that you can, because I don't remember what it was, but you need to talk about that. We were talking about OICs.
Oh, different leaders.
Officers,
and
leaders.
Going through. Oh, yeah, because my daughter went through the Citadel too. And you wouldn't know it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's one of the most humble people on the planet. Now, here's the thing about the service academies, Citadel, VMI. I mean, that's like going through boot camp for 9 months and taking college courses at the same time. Like, there was stuff they were doing at the Citadel.
The rat line. Right, at VMI, it's called the rat line.
Yeah, and at the Citadel's knobs. And, oh, my God. Like, I was watching her. I'm like, man, I don't know if I could have gone through that because there's a special way they have to walk. They got to do this weird bracing thing. So I think a lot of people, when they make it through that, and they're built up, too. I mean, these are historic. I mean, the Citadel was there before the Civil War. It was there in 1842.
They started the Civil War.
And I recruited in Lexington where VMI is, so I got to know a little bit about VMI.
Yeah, same things. And so they are built up. Their egos are, you know, absolutely maxed out. And some of them, like my daughter, and I think your son, I've talked to him a couple times, they come out of there with humility and they reground themselves. Some don't. And then it carries with them. And, of course, the ring and all that.
Yeah.
Ring
clinkers.
Yeah, and there's goodness in that. I mean, it's good to have pride. I mean,
that's straight creds.
But at the same time, you got to know how to ratchet it back. I mean, I'm prior enlisted, so I got it.
So how was that transition going? Like when you first became a lieutenant and you were a sergeant before, like what was the difference? I mean, obviously big differences, but for those who are not military, what was the biggest change for you?
So the hardest change for me is it was hard to let down the worker piece of things. I wanted to be more like fighter leader. I still wanted to be engaged. I had this attitude.
Owner, operator.
Yeah, I still got to know how to do all these things. And so I wasn't necessarily a micromanager, but I could have backed off a little bit more than I did. And I probably said, because I told you so one too many times. I mean, I grew out of it to a point. I think. I don't know. Any of my former Marines listening to this, bring it.
Would you retire? You retired as major?
I retired as major. Okay. Yeah. So
it's not your fault though. The book wasn't out yet. So how would you?
That's right. Exactly. How would you know? How would you know?
I wouldn't know. But no.
How would you ever have known?
that was probably the toughest thing. And you know, talking about boot camp and OCS. I mean, I am very lucky. I made it through OCS. I had a very bad attitude.
Yeah, you told me that the other day. You had a bad attitude going through.
I had a horrible attitude.
Which is weird because like you're reaching like. A lot of enlisted Marines are like, I wonder what it'd be like to be an officer. Now you're there, and you had a bad attitude about it. I would have been like, thank my lucky stars I made it.
What was it program. Like when you say bad attitude? Like expound on that.
So I was 28 years old.
Probably like I'm a sergeant. You don't talk to me like that.
Yeah, I was like close to pinning on staff sergeant. I just couldn't get past the bullshit, you know, and I couldn't. in hindsight, it was just a endurance thing. It was just, hey,
because they know.
Embrace the suck. Yeah, they know. Yeah. And I mean, I got really sick at one point. I mean, I was very fortunate to make it. And
did your sergeant instructors ever talk to you like on the side and be like, "Look, dude,
well, see, I was blessed.
You need to like comply."
Well, talking about life flattery, so our Marine officer, not our Marine officer instructor, our the senior enlisted, I forgot the name. He was over in the other platoon. So he knew me. He knew what was going on. He knew I was having a hard time.
Oh, he was the AMOI.
Yes, the AMOI. Assistant Marine Officer Instructor. So he knew I was pretty down. So he kind of did the whole, hey, man, pull it together.
And he's like a gunny or a first sergeant or something.
Yeah, he was gunny. And then the platoon commander, this is cool. He was General Livingston's aide as a captain. So I'm on I&I duty in Charlotte, and I get pinged to be the driver for the general and him at the time. So then he's my platoon commander at OCS. He knew me from working with him in Charlotte because I was with him for a couple of days. And then fast forward to my first unit, he was my logistics officer. Well, he was an artilleryman, but he was filling the logistics billet. Great guy. But to have that guy like looking out for me through not only OCS, but into my career.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That was pretty sick. That's one of those weird life flatteries. I have so many cool little life lotteries. I wish God, please give me a couple numbers. You know, I'm not asking for $1 million, but man, some of the people I've met and some of the opportunities I've had in the Marine Corps.
Yeah, there's some really good people out there.
Yeah, they're awesome. So, yeah.
I've had some good mentors that, you know, you don't gain anything out of it. You know, you can tell, like, it's like, man, they're giving me some gems right now because of what that person went through in their early career, even though it was a grossly different Marine Corps 20 years ago. But they're giving me these, you know, they don't have to. They don't have to waste their time on me, but they do. And that's, I always appreciated that. Whether I was a sergeant or a first sergeant, like a gunny telling me something, man, as a sergeant, I was like, man, that's so cool. Just like imparting their wisdom because they want to give you things to put in your proverbial toolbox, right? Your leadership toolbox. And I talk about this in the book as well. You can learn almost just as much from a shitty leader as you can from a good leader because you know what not to put in your toolbox.
Just which things you're taking away.
What things you're going to put in your toolbox. And maybe that shitty leader has one good thing they do. I'll take that and put that in my toolbox.
Yep.
And so I'm very grateful. So when we talked about like if you do it over again, all this stuff, I would absolutely do it all over again. But I would take more time to seek out more knowledge and leaders that can, you know, affect my, because I even use that in the book. I had one leader that did this, one leader that, you know, I talk about, it's not just from my brain. It's from the experiences I've shared in the Marine Corps with really great Marines, really shitty Marines, you know what I mean? Like good, bad, ugly. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. But you were talking about specifically like the academies, right? So Citadel, VMI, but what about the Naval Academy? Well, do you think that that's like, if you were to choose one academy, military academy, including West Point, one military academy that's the most that produces the most arrogant graduates. Oh. And I don't mean this by I'm just asking because I've heard this. And I've known a lot of great Naval Academy. I've known a lot of great, you know, all kinds of academies. But you're seeing them in the Marine Corps, stuff like that.
I don't think you could pick one. I'm not cheesing out because I think there's groups everywhere. I think they all produce because you got to remember Naval Academy, Air Force Academy, West Point. Those are all actual Department of War schools, and then Citadel and VMI are state. Which means absolutely nothing to what you just asked me.
Did you know that the, and we'll take a little bit of a tangent here. Did you know that, so at VMI, you know, I worked up there and I recruited a couple of kids that weren't ready to be officers yet. We'll put them in the reserves first and then you can be an officer. The instructors there, the professors there, they get put into the Virginia militia so they can wear the rank of colonel as instructors. Like even if you've never been in the military, you're going to be a colonel. So it's like, that's weird as crap, dude.
Well, yeah, that's the Citadel, too. It's the Military University of South Carolina. I think that's one of the... So, I mean, I really think it goes to the organization. I mean, it aligns to, like, the Army.
Well, that's so that the kids know rank and how that all works. It's like a militia rank. It's not like a military. It's just there so that they understand you're the colonel, you're the teacher, whatever. Yeah. But I was reading about it, and I was like, oh, so if you become an instructor, what if you were prior enlisted, retired?
Interesting.
Do you wear your old retired rank? Because now you're teaching kids that are going to be officers. And if
Yeah,
I'm a first sergeant,
Yeah.
but I also have my doctorate, so does that mean colonel? Like, you know what I mean?
Probably should be colonel. Yeah. Sorry, I'm listening out on the answer, but I mean, because I think all of them. I mean, if you look at them in total, they all pretty much have the same model.
I'm just, you know what? I'm giving them shit. There are some good ones, but there are some that come out of there. You've seen the movie Annapolis with James Franco?
Nah.
It's a pretty good movie.
Yeah,
it's about the Naval Academy, and he's going, but he's from that town, so it's like kind of difficult for him because he's a townie, and you know he's trying to break out of it and all that kind of stuff. It's a good movie, but I have known a handful of Naval Academy graduates that have been the most arrogant Marines I've ever met. Marine officers. Then I've met like guys with a wildlife management degree who are the best officers I've ever met. You know what I mean? Like the degree almost didn't matter because you learned in OCS and TBS how to treat your Marines, how to take the advice of your staff and COs, knowing full well that it's your responsibility at the end of the day. And that's what I tell my staff and COs. I said this about the NJP thing. Look, your name is not like you're not. If the Marines really screw up, you're in. No, the officer's the one that's got the responsibility of the platoon or the company or the battalion.
Yeah.
So stop thinking that you're a gunny and I'm going to NJ. No, you're not, dude. Gunnies don't do that. Officers do, and you're supposed to advise that officer and all that kind of stuff, and they'll they got the responsibility, so they can take your advice or not.
Ultimately their decision.
It's ultimately their choice. And this is what I keep talking to Evan about. Like, you'll see, man. Like,
he's already been put into that position a few times.
Yeah.
Are there broken relationships between like the enlisted person that are making suggestions on like an NJP or something like that, and they're like, "Man, no, I'm not doing that." There
are officer enlisted relationships that. So, like, you have a commanding company commander, right? For example, company commander in a battalion. You have a company commander, let's say weapons company. Well, their senior enlisted is First Sergeant Butt, right? So me and my company commander are supposed to be like together all the time, doing everything, going to all the command and staff.
So you know each other pretty
and we do,
good.
and we did, and we got along great, and we did all this stuff. Now, if he didn't agree with me, we would talk about that. He respected me enough to where we can have.
I meant like, are there situations where those two people do not like each other?
Yes, there are, and we would talk about like, oh, company so and so is screwed because they can't get on the same page. Because Big Head 1 and Big Head 2 think that they both need to be in charge, but the officer's in charge. You need to accept your shit. Yeah. It's like, come on, man.
That's
like,
awkward.
No, we see it, and we would joke about it. And then there's some that it's like, hey, man, where's your OIC, man? I thought you'd be attached to you by the belt loop or something.
Because they were like best friends.
Yeah, it's like, why don't you two tie your dicks together and get married already?
There's your shadow.
Yeah. No, but yeah, there are terrible relationships, but that's the problem. That's what my point is. All young staff and COs, which we don't get this enough, especially with the career course, advanced course, all these courses going to online and all this crap in the Marine Corps and I'm sure other military branches are doing it as well. That relationship needs to be focused more on when you become a staff sergeant. So I think in the career course, which they don't really do anymore, or they do, I can't remember. Somebody was telling me they changed all this crap. Career course is E6, staff sergeant course. They should be really heavily weighing on the relationship between you and your officer.
Yeah.
Because you need to understand the officer's in charge, but your job is to mold and teach that
until
officer
that point
what
in his
you
career,
know.
he hasn't had a lot of time with his
He hasn't.
officers.
Well, they kind of see it as a corporal and a sergeant because they see how their platoon sergeant and platoon commander get along together, depending on we're talking about ground side or air wing, which is grossly different. But so they see it, but when that staff sergeant moves into that staff sergeant billet and doesn't have any of that knowledge or foresight to know, it's almost like one of those things. If you've never been in the Marine Corps, it's kind of like we should just move on because you won't really know what I'm talking about. But when the staff sergeant can be taught at a young age, first of all, when I was at career course, my gunny asked me, "Hey, class, how many of you guys give ass chewings out?" And I was like, Psh. He was like, "Yeah, how many?" All the time. And I'm like, "Yeah, boy." He's like, all right, well, let me ask you this. If you're doing that, what are your sergeants doing? Why are you failing your people so badly that you have to yell and your sergeants, corporals, and they're not doing, you know what I mean? And I was like, no more yelling. Yeah. If I have to yell.
I won't do it anymore.
There's obviously times when you got to yell, but it woke me up. It was like one of those things. I was a young staff sergeant. I was like, you're right, man. I'm trying to be the sergeant still and just blast everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
so
yeah.
that's what I think about with the change from sergeant to lieutenant as well.
Yeah.
Because for us, you need to be a little bit backed off. But for a lieutenant, you got to be way back in that way.
Yeah.
Way backed off, and just hope that and pray that and probably make sure that the senior enlisted take care of those younger problems. When even though you know how to do it because you've been there, you're like, oh, here's what I would have done. You got to let your staff and COs do it.
Yeah, truthfully.
Fail or not fail. I got to get another one.
Yeah, it's interesting too, and I'll add to our comment section with this one. Being a supply officer too, it's people don't understand. Supply officers are responsible for a lot: property management, the budget, personal effects. There's a whole range of responsibility, heavy responsibility. I mean, a lot of what a commander can get relief for resides in either the supply section, the administration section, probably communications, because all the crypto and all that. So, there's a lot of pressure on you right off the jump. And, I know supply school has improved because I've talked to people with the curriculum and made it better. But, yeah, it is a tough dynamic. And, them being a contracting officer, that's a whole different animal because that is really an enlisted-driven MOS because we don't have a true permanent officer corps. We're temps. We come in for a couple of years, we'll go back to our job, and then we may or may not come back to contracting. So you really got to trust the enlisted then. That I always used to joke around that we're the contracting officers of the special operations of the logistics world. And we kind of are because old school, you would we would be out in a local population negotiating contracts, doing those things. So that, and I never did that kind of work to that level. But yeah, so we just started talking about contracting officers and different dynamic there because it's so enlisted. It's enlisted driven because we have officers, but we're temps. We come in and we go. So yeah, it's an interesting discussion on this stuff. But yeah. One thing I have learned about, I'm so far removed from all the Marine Corps schools, I don't even comment on the only one I'll comment on is Expeditionary Warfare School because I'm adjunct faculty. And there, I think we do an outstanding job of preparing people for staff officership and things like that. But, yeah. So
now, when you were an officer, did any of your PME give you a master's degree? Did officers can get master's degree with their PME?
No, I went through non-resident, and I don't think we had the option.
Like command and staff.
Right, yeah. I think we had the option, and I didn't do it because I was already working on my master's degree at Webster. So I was already doing that completely separate.
Which one did you get?
Leadership and management.
That's what Gina got. I got MBA, but it's the same damn thing.
I should have went and spent the extra 2 courses and got the contracting one too, but it's no big deal. It's not hurting me. A master's degree is not a master's degree. I get it. An MBA is different, but
but I mean, I think a master's degree is a great, fantastic career jump for most people. Not if you're just coming out of high school and you're going straight into college and getting your bachelor's and the master's because now you have no experience at all.
Yeah.
Whereas we as military leaders, by the time you get a master's, I have all the experience to back that up. So it's it's useful still.
Yeah.
You're not working. You're not promoting yourself out of a job by getting a degree.
The 2 things I walked away from my master's with that I really appreciate is number 1, just better writing skills. Like I was writing like 9-page research papers every week for 13 weeks. And my professor, he always told us, take the words that and which out of your writing because they're useless.
You're not allowed to use the word that for my doctorate. Yeah. The word that is out.
Yeah, because they're wasted words. Because whenever you take that out, a couple other words come with it. And so you were talking about word economy when we were talking to Frank.
And you would not understand how hard it is to rewrite a sentence without the word that in it.
I can only imagine.
It's tough, man.
It sounds easy, but it's not.
And it looks weird when you write it that way.
Yeah. Because we're so used to saying that or which. So that's one. And then the other one was being able to take completely unrelated things and put them together. One of our, it wasn't a capstone, but it was a big exercise where it's 2050. There were 7 of us in the class. Each of you pick a topic. We don't care what it is. But the great event was connect all 7 of these topics and explain how they would potentially relate together, how they would work together.
Right.
And I've taken that with me now because I find unique ways to connect things and, make cool events and all that other stuff. So, yeah.
When did you go there?
Oh, man.
Or when did you graduate?
2000 and it was winter of 08, 09.
Okay. So this guy did you ever take statistics for your master's?
I'm sure I did.
For your master's?
Yeah, I'm sure I did.
Well, you would know it if it was this guy because he was the best professor, instructor I
remember you telling me
ever
about
had.
Yeah.
But remember, he had a master's degree. So that next year, they laid off everybody with a master's degree because you had to have a terminal degree for accreditation purposes for the college.
Yeah.
But he was my best instructor, man. He was so good. He made us understand statistics. Yeah, I couldn't tell you about it now, but
Yeah, I couldn't either. I couldn't.
no, we have, and that's what's weird. Like, what I like about a master's is it's the stuff that you liked about your bachelor's. It's your interest. It's not all these side classes that you had to take to get there. You know what I mean? It's your focus. And then with a doctorate, it's so weird because you don't go into detail on certain things like you think you would, where you did on the master's degree, where it was like, my brain is going to break open.
Yeah.
This, it's like you're looking up peer-reviewed journal articles to back up that or this or that, and it's all research-based and quantitative and qualitative research, pragmatism and all this crap. And it's like just the differences in each level. I really appreciated that. And I like you said, you made you a better writer. Same thing, master's degree, made me a better writer. But the last one, it was like, that made me a better researcher.
Yeah.
I can look up anything, dude. I can find anything. I love it. But at the time, I hated it because it's like for class,
Yeah, speaking of that, I'm not going to talk about the whole event in detail.
Oh, yeah, I was going to ask you about this.
I'm close enough to it. So I am launching a coaching business. It'll be official in October. So
You got a name?
yeah, Robasti Thrive Coaching. I'll show you the logo in a minute.
All right.
You got to love AI. Within 5 minutes, I had the logo I wanted, and it looks good, at least to me. I'm not going to obsess about it. It was a stupid logo for, whatever.
Yeah.
But I thought it would be a waste of spirit just to launch that business on my own. I got you as an author. I got you as a radio personality. My God, Frank, Jesus. I've got 9 authors that we're going to go to the Carolina Museum of the Marine. It's called Meet the Author, Meet the Marine, Be Inspired. Haven't set the date yet because I'm trying. The crazy part of this is I'm trying to set the audience. I've already got all 9. They've already rogered up. We're in because all they got to do is show up and promote their books and stuff.
You have a target audience in mind.
Do.
So if we put this out and tell the target audience now or who we're looking for.
Yeah, so I haven't met with them yet. It's no big deal. This isn't some kind of weird thing. I really, really want the schools. I really want high school kids that are in their English programs, in their journalism programs, in their entrepreneur programs. I got Carla Murphy, B1 She has helped people found companies successfully and maintain them. I mean, I'm letting one of the words slip. The intellectual firepower that is on this panel, fiction, nonfiction, journalists, radio personality, entrepreneur, lead singer of band. I mean, you got the arts right there. And so met with the museum today. They're good with it. Of course, they're good with it. I'm sponsoring it. The limiting factors, how we use the name of the museum to promote it. But I really want the schools. And this is going to be a recurring event. I mean, now, I'm not a millionaire, and I'm stretching it to make this one happen, but it's that important to me. And I have a specific date in mind right now that I really want, but it's that the limiting factor is the schools. And it's not a limiting factor. These are our future. And this is how you inspire our future. The mission of the Carolina Museum of the Marine is meet the Marine, be inspired. Well, there's other ways to inspire. This isn't a recruiting event for the Marine Corps. This is, again, exposing high school kids that entrepreneur, fiction writer, nonfiction writer. We got a historian that does tours of Mooresville Battlefield and a bunch of other things. We got, again, a ton of intellectual firepower on this stage. You're not going to get this many great people on one stage
in one room
for a very nominal fee, which I'm not going to say yet because we haven't nailed that down. But yeah, you're not going to get them for that. And so it'll be sometime in the fall or winter, hopefully. But I'm very excited about it because think about this. a year ago, I knew a couple authors. There's a couple of women that I follow on LinkedIn. I'm friends with Sherry Norris and Heather Mahan. I've talked about them both a lot on this podcast. But then all of a sudden, I got like my actual friends. And then, like I said, with Frank, that podcast with Frank was at number 44.
44.
Yeah.
If you don't listen to all the podcast episodes, it's an awesome podcast. But episode 44 with Frank, oh my God.
Yeah, that dude's a wealth of knowledge. And that's his fourth published book.
Yeah.
Fourth.
I mean, Frank he's a local, in my opinion, he's a national treasure. I mean, that guy, I'm so excited to have him and all you. I am pumped. And like TK, we talked on the phone. Yeah. When you talked about word economy and how, hey man, I got 10 seconds. I got Shania.
I got to talk about this event that you want to put on in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
How am I going to be able to get that off?
Yeah.
People don't think about that. They're just like, you're like, hey, welcome back from the commercial. Here we're going to talk about this event that's going on in the Carolina Museum.
I mean, I could do it that way.
Yeah.
But there's tricks, and it's like I'll talk about it when
I always
we do
watch
the
your
event.
stuff.
There's tricks to do it.
Yeah.
But I always watch your stuff when you're always doing like, all right.
No, try not to laugh.
All that shit.
And that's the other part of this event too. Is this isn't just sit here and listen to 9 people talk for 2 hours, right? It's in total the event will be 4 hours.
Yeah. I just need 2 minutes to speak.
Yeah, but what I want them to
I don't see that happening.
What I want is that audience to leave with tools that they can employ tomorrow. When they walk out of that museum at whatever time we finish, the next day, I want those kids to be able to employ what we talked about in their life, in their schoolwork, whatever. This isn't just come and listen to a bunch of old people or young people talk about stuff. This is
it's not like we just stumbled to where we are and have written books and have been on the radio and all that stuff.
I mean,
like, here's what
thing.
I know. Here's what you did and got there. And
that's what my part of mine. I already know what I'm going to talk about.
I mean?
Yeah, I'm going to be like, hey, I doubted myself for a long time, and then at one point, I'm going to talk about the theme of the word economy and how I do myself on a daily basis, but I wouldn't be sitting in that studio that I'm sitting in had I not chosen myself and, doubled down on myself and decided to do that.
Excellent point.
And you also have a podcast.
Yes, I do.
So you got that job and a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm so excited about this. I can't wait. I should be meeting with the leadership, Onslow County Schools here.
Do I have to shave my beard before this thing, do you think?
We can be wherever we want. Now,
you should wear your camis.
No, I'm not doing all that.
No, and actually the attire for it, it's going to be, sport coat, khaki
business
pants.
casual.
Yeah,
I already know.
casual.
Khaki pants, blue jacket.
Yeah. It's going to be totally chill.
Marine Corps retired, little lapel pin.
I'm so excited. I mean, that museum is not just a warehouse of artifacts. That museum is about the people. When you go into Gallery 2, there's 7 exhibits designated to there's 6 people, and then to the military child in there too. I personally know and have talked to 3 of those people. One of them, Matt Garvey, was killed. He was a firefighter in 9/11. And then Itchy Popkin, of course, he passed away. But, man, that guy, what he did for the community and everything. But my point in all this is the value of that museum are the human beings that are in there and the stories that are being told. And not just on the walls, but my fellow docents that are there. I got we got everything there. And since I'm talking about the museum, I will never talk about that museum without talking about General Ray Smith, General Al Gray, Colonel John Kopka, Sergeant Major Joel Hull. Those men put their time, money, resources, reputations on that line for 25 years to get that thing built in 2 years and 1 month to open those doors. Those gentlemen, man,
that's cool.
I will never speak about that museum without speaking about those 4 men. And there were a whole host of other people that got those doors open, all the sponsors, everybody, but those. And I personally know John Kopka and Joel Hull. I've known them for 20 years. And Joel Hull is the reason why I did hyperbaric oxygen therapy. That man, he could have just rode off in the sunset. He's like, no, I want to keep living and thriving. He got in the chamber. He just went through the chamber with his son a few weeks ago, man.
I gotcha.
Those guys. John Kopka, or I'm sorry, Joe Hull and John Kopka, they deserve exhibits in that museum, and hopefully I'll make enough money one day to write a big enough check to get it in there. But
Right on.
those guys are legends walking among us. You want to meet Joe Hull, all you got to do is go by the museum at sunrise. He's usually out there, doing it. But man,
That's
rock
cool.
star. Sorry, I'm rolling.
No, I
you're
still
good,
haven't
brother.
gone in there, man. I feel bad I haven't been there yet, but I'm looking forward to
You
the
will
event.
be very soon.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the event. That's going to be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Little field trip for some of the people around the table then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. Get some audience members in there to clap.
Yeah.
Because, like, what if, you know what I mean? Like, we got to plant our friends throughout the audience so they clap.
Someone has to have the initial clap to cue the rest of the people to start
yeah,
clapping.
like, it's all slow.
So
Come
that's
on,
one of the
man.
things I got to work out is this going to be exclusively just for the high schools or are we going to open it to the public? That's what we got to work out.
Sure.
What about the community colleges?
Yeah, that's another. There's some fine details I got to work out.
Are you going more for, like, author type driven stuff or
Anybody that wants to essentially be in some type of print or
Okay.
verbal media, I guess that's the right way to say it. Right?
Media in
Media.
general.
I
is a
just
pretty
we
good
need to
blanket
know we
statement.
need to know kind of
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the vision that you have
Yeah, well,
so that we don't
Yeah,
talk about leadership
Go
the
to
whole
left
time
field.
when it's about this.
right. No, the vision is
My book is leadership, so I'm
Yeah.
going to talk about that a little bit, but
Yeah.
I'll more talk about like, but I wrote a book.
for the purposes of this conversation right now, as long as I didn't short circuit everything by even talking about it now, the target audience is going to be high school kids.
Right on.
They're preferably seniors, juniors, seniors that have either I'll let the schools decide who they're going to send because again we're capped at 180. I thought we could hold more in the Great Hall.
And you haven't
but
contacted any schools yet?
I will be.
It's to talk to them about their
Yeah.
writing, their creative,
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
the hell.
Yeah, I've got their. I know I'm ahead of my skis a little bit. I can't believe I said that. I hate
Well,
that
they don't.
saying,
They
but-
start school in August, so that's
Yeah.
next month. So you got to
Oh,
kind
no.
of start making these.
Oh no
phone
no
calls
no
soon.
no no! There's the phone calls are happening like
Yeah,
next week.
yeah, that's what I
because
mean.
I'm bringing all 9 authors together hopefully next week, and I want to talk to the schools. If the schools can't do it, then that's okay. We'll open it to the public. But I can't see why the schools wouldn't want to do something like this.
Sure.
Unless it's a logistics issue, but they go on field trips. I mean,
Yeah, but it would have to be one of those type of
Yeah.
things where they can get permission to take them to an offsite. Yeah.
But I think it's doable. And again, you heard the concept. I mean, you're not going to get that much talent in one place, not for what these people.
Sure.
You could pay a couple $1,000s and go do something like we're doing, but
That's what I
yeah,
charge.
Yeah.
I'm just playing.
No, this is this is
That's
nominal.
like Heartstop is a different story, man. I can't bring my band unless we're getting paid some dough. But if it's just me, I'll do it for free.
And that's what Sunday at 6:30.
Oh yeah. We're playing Sunday Swan Fest 6:30 to 8.
Yeah.
We're the next band.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we got a bunch of new stuff. Problem is, my bass player fell and hurt himself. He was like taking some vines down off the house or something.
Have him
fell,
sitting down.
ripped his muscle and
my
all kinds of
God.
stuff. He's in a full
up with this
cast.
ripping muscles, common
we
theme.
have
Swear to God, dude.
We have a muscle
I
ripping
swear to God,
epidemic
we have
in
the
Swansboro.
We
I
almost
don't like
Bad
this.
luck.
Bro, we almost canceled. We almost had to cancel and put a new band in there. But I was like, he was like, I can sit on a stool. I was like, bet. Sit on a fucking stool.
Make sure it's a comfy one.
He's like, or we could just get somebody else to fill in. I said, nope, because we have not had to practice with that person. I don't
Right.
want to fill in if there's no practice. So if you're okay to sit on a stool, if not, let's,
Well, then tell me.
Yeah.
We'll cancel. Yeah.
He's all about the bass.
Yeah, if
no
not,
trouble.
if
No
not,
trouble.
if you can't go, I mean, there's other bands out there, bro.
Yeah.
You're just
No,
out.
no, I'm glad he's punching through it.
Wayne, are you ready? Yes, coach. Good, because you're going. That's Shoresy, baby.
I don't want to know anything about it
Shoresy, because it's after Letterkenny.
because I hate it.
No, it's so good and funny.
Yeah, this whole muscle tearing thing's getting a little scary. We know too many
No, it
people
is.
that have muscular issues.
So come
I
on
should
out.
have muscular issues right
Oh,
now.
they're not going to hear this before then, are
They're
they?
not.
Ah,
That's why I almost cut you off, but I was like, I'm going to let him go.
I hope you came out and had a good time at Swanfest.
I keep forgetting that we're
We're a week.
We're
Yeah.
living in the future.
Yeah, but just,
from the
by,
future.
just by a week because we were like 2 ahead, which is uncomfortable a little bit. Because when you're too far ahead, you're not talking about current stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, then you're like way in the future.
Right. That's what I mean. So
You're, like,
like I
way
think
out
one
there.
ahead is fine,
Yeah.
which this puts us to next
Back
Monday.
there.
So
we're
this
good.
will go out
next
Monday.
This coming Monday. Yeah.
Yeah, I may be.
When do
able
we
to do
switch into Wednesday?
Oh, we are going to be.
As long as
Yeah.
we stay on this path,
If we
might
stay
not
on
have
this
to,
path, we
but
might not have to. But especially since you got the new thing, the new jam. But we may be.
What do you mean?
And if the new subscription that you're paying for to get it to do automatic, so it makes it faster and easier.
I've had that the whole time.
I hate you, dude.
I've had it the whole time.
You know
It
how
doesn't
long-
make. It still
You know
takes
how
us.
long it takes me?
It takes. Let me explain it to you this way. It still takes all 2 hours for it to do its thing. You still have to sit there and like do it.
I text him 37,000 times as I'm doing it. And he's like, bro, go over here and click on. It's like so easy
Play
for him
by
because
play.
he's done it. I don't know.
I'm
And
gonna really
like,
piss you off this time. I'm gonna show you what I click, and it's gonna be like, but Mike, like it glitches. It does has its own fault, so I have to break
Yeah.
it down in 30-minute segments at a time. Because if I try to do the whole thing in 2 hours, it'll freeze. It's got like it's bugged out.
Sometimes when I do it and I put the claps together, right, and then I mute the other channel, if I go way forward, it
It's
looks like it's
drifty.
off a little.
Yeah, I'll show you how to fix
But then
that.
if I pause it, it's not off.
I'll
know
show
what
you
I
how to
mean?
fix it.
Okay, yeah.
You have to do
So,
something else. but
TK's
yes.
got to teach me some stuff, man. He knows all about the editing process. So he edits most of these videos. So he's the one that's putting camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2.
Yep.
And then when I had to do it, I had road rage, but I wasn't on the road. It was very difficult.
It's all good. You got you adapted and overcame.
I did well. It took me like 3 episodes to get on time.
But that's the only way to you.
Yeah,
you would
I know.
never know how to do it unless you do it.
Right, you're right. And it's kind of difficult, too difficult for where we are in our technological year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it should be easier than it is. All right, are we ready for some final thoughts?
Yes.
TK, final thoughts.
If there was ever a remix to Toby Keith's I Should Have Been a Cowboy, after this episode, it's I Should Have Been a Marine. That's my final thoughts. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. Ed, final thoughts.
I appreciate you guys having me on there. Final thoughts, or loved my time in the Marine Corps, and you can always change something, but nothing comes off the top of my head now. But thanks again for having me on here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Chris.
Hey, great conversation on leadership. Great breeze here in Swansboro.
Finally.
And, fantastic at George's Cigars. Love being on the Hot Ashes podcast. We appreciate y'all.
All right. Yes, we do appreciate you guys. And I'll tell you what, man, stick around for more information on Chris's event and his future company. We love to promote our friends' companies. Speaking of which, let's talk about Candy Adventures, 640 West Corbett Avenue.
Yeah, we'd love to have you come down and sweetest spot in Swansboro.
Sweetest spot in Swansboro, North Carolina. They even have the 9 million Scoville
Keep me
gummy
away from
bear.
that thing.
Million.
By the way, I think one of these the next challenge is the 1 chip challenge.
That one might be worse.
Not for you, but for them.
I'm not doing it.
I know you're not doing it. So my final thoughts are: thank you guys, great show. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the book, Chris.
Yeah.
And thank you for coming. I knew you dropped off water today, and I was like, bro, we got the show at 4. I'll come back.
I didn't lie.
Appreciate it, and we appreciate Cody being on. Cody was on with his little gimpy arm a little bit earlier, but he's getting better little by little. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Hot Ashes Podcast. I'm Lee.
TK out.
See you guys later.